did the burnout? What's going on, people? Oh, it's a fine. What is it? Monday? It is Monday. It is Monday. Oh, we've been traveling, people. We finally getting. We're finally getting. What's the word I'm looking for? Unburn out on media stuff is what we're doing. So we're back with the weekend recaps. We're doing the table. We're probably doing the one-on-ones again when I can find time. But we found our way in Georgia this past weekend, and to uh, the backside brawl. It was a front side and a backside. Backside was Saturday night, which we were there for the front side. Front side, they say it was no prep, but it's prep. It's it's fast. It's fast. So uh, we went down there, and I could have swore I uploaded them photos, but I guess I didn't. But anyway, um, we where'd I go? We went over there. There's a nice facility, people. Real nice. And um, man, I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but it was real nice. And the wife and I posted up a picture. Everybody was like, "Man, it looks wet." Well, it was pretty sticky up all the way until you get to the finish line, and then it goes to. But yeah, it was the first 60, 80 feet was pretty nasty, which you can kind of tell from these photos right here. Uh, I'm over here looking at Jake like, man, I've never seen you blow the tires off of it like that before, and this guy's going by me on the bumper. And but yeah, it was a good turnout. It was our first got Willie Dynamite right there. He had their first Dirty Money. Even Chicken Hawk was there. And if y'all watch my live feed on Friday night, all you got to do is just pull your front end off, people, and you instantly know how to no prep. It doesn't take skill or patience or practice or just anything. It doesn't. It just take your front end off, and you know how to no prep. That's the Chicken Hawk proves it right there. Just take your front end off, and you know how to win. But yeah, it was a good time. Good time. Moonlight letting us use his truck for the finish line for finish line fresh there. Your winners, that was hard tire right there. That, as Matt called him, danger or stranger danger or ranger danger, ranger stranger. I don't know. He called him something like that. Your winner right there. Well, he's down here right here waiting on us to come on. Small tire winner. Your tailgate winner, uh, Toy LS, and was it modern? They combined two classes so they didn't have something together, but it was a good time. Good time. And your winner Friday night, the camo car, front and side, right there. Got me holding up the check as well with Justin there. Let's go ahead and bring this guy on right here. Oh, what happened? There we go. What's going on?
What's up, buddy? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Okay, cool.
Uh, has has it has winning? What's the word? Has winning? Has it gotten old yet?
It don't ever get old, but it changes a lot of things for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And what was that? What was that win this weekend? What did that make that?
I think it's 11 with two runner ups, so like 13.
And how many in a row?
Well, all 11 in a row.
11 in a row. And nobody's got a bounty on you yet?
I think that Robert called me today and said they're putting one on me this weekend.
I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised that they didn't have one on you for the last month, to be honest
Ma-
with you.
Man, it's this all happened pretty fast for us, really. I've been fortunate with the people around me and No Limit Motorsports, Andrew Lavender. He travels with me. His car's been down, and dude, he's traveled with me and helped me with that car. Like, and we were just friends, and now we're pretty much like brothers.
Yeah.
So
Uh.
it
Oh shit. Uh. Oh boy. Uh. Sorry, I had messenger.
you
But
good.
uh. The you didn't make anything on the front side, did you? Friday night.
No, we didn't make it Friday night. We've been kind of rushing around. Like I said, we've been racing for the past 13, 14 weekends, and I was like, man, I just don't want to rush home after work and try. It's just rough. And we actually won the front side the weekend before at Crossville.
Hmm.
When the finals, one of my teammates, Tom Lowe, in a suicidal car. And unfortunately, I guess they had some turbo or something went down on them, so they was down on power or whatever. So, um, but we've been blessed for sure. I've got been blessed.
Well, and it's also y'all busting your tail ends and getting everything dialed in, and people he didn't take front end off. People he didn't take front end off, so he
No,
became an instant no prepper. But he did do it the hard way, testing and going in there, paying his dues and learning, and that's how you do
yes,
it.
yeah, it's a lot of work. It's almost like a full time job to stay competitive. I mean, like I unloaded a car today. I got one of my buddies, Mike. He's gonna come over. We're gonna put some new springs and stuff on it, just because we got some big races coming up, and um, so we're gonna try to be ready for them and give it all we got.
Yeah. This past weekend, I know it was kind of it's kind of good out of the hole. What was it up top? Was it still good up top or?
No, we done a lot of our work down low and just gradually brought a little bit of power in because we didn't really know what we was gonna get into, as far as that goes. Because it looked tricky to me out there. It looked really good at the start, and then I'm like, man, I don't know about the top end.
Yeah.
So I was a little worried about it. I ain't gonna lie. And if we can get past first round, Andrew does a good job. We do pretty good after that.
He's good at reading the surface and reading the data.
Dude, he's taught me a whole bunch on that because I needed to learn some of that stuff. Used to, I'd go to the track and I'd be like, "Well, I think we can go this fast." But now I go to the track and I look at it. The stuff he's taught me is like, "All right, I think we can 60 foot this hard and do this much right here and right here." And so it's changed my whole demeanor of it. No prepping.
Yeah. And I think I remember first time I seen y'all out. I can't remember where it was. Uh, but y'all were I mean y'all were just I kind of guess just getting into it kind of. Uh, well, I mean y'all been into it, but y'all weren't used to how I
Yeah,
do things. So I mean everybody does stuff different, but I mean it seemed like y'all kind of blew the tires off the first time and then y'all seem like just every time I see y'all just getting better and better and better. And last couple of months I've just been hearing your name every
man.
weekend.
Yeah. I mean, we've worked hard to do it for sure, like you said, and I've got a good bunch of people around me helping me, and man, that makes all the difference in the world, just trying to get that car turned around and staying on top of things, it's a bunch of us that does it for sure. It ain't just me.
Yeah, it seemed like y'all were I know y'all were always they were giving what 20 minutes or something like that, but it seemed like y'all were always up there before they were hollering at everybody. It seemed like y'all got everything turned around pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah, we did. And see, like we was talking the other night, I think the first time you seen us was I think at KD, is that right? Ohio?
Maybe the year before last, I think.
No, where the big hill was in Ohio
Yeah,
where we went this year. I think it's the first time you seen us, and we was actually going rounds up there, and I then CJ got me in the finals, or semifinals. CJ got
yeah.
me.
I remember seeing y'all somewhere before that. I can't remember.
Oh, you seen us at Indiana, Warner Woods. Well, we wouldn't. It wasn't Warner Woods. It was that top 20 or something shootout or whatever it was that
Oh, the gangster thing.
Gangsters Paradise.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
that's what it
Yep.
was. I remember seeing it, and it seemed like y'all just that's where it was. Now that you said,
Yep.
uh, but it seems like from there y'all just got it put together and started figuring stuff out.
Yeah, Andrew, we was having some little bit of trouble 60 foot, and then we made a few little changes there, and it changed the whole game of the car. Just with those changes that we had done, and man, we just started rolling from there. We just seemed like everything just worked and come together for us.
Yeah, and having a good team and people
Man,
that you can
that's
trust is, man, that's just a day. That's a blessing in itself, right there.
yeah. I mean, because I don't have a lot of money, so they help me just because they care about me and like
Yeah,
what we're doing. So I'm very blessed with that for sure.
yeah. Well, there it- he's late. He's late.
Yeah.
But it seems like y'all got it together pretty quick. I mean, for the no prep deal. I mean, you see people that struggle for about a year or longer.
Man, that's kind of what I figured really, that it was going to take us to get to where we're at. I felt like that we built a car to be competitive and just be able to compete, was a big thing for me. I never expected to come in and do the kind of winning that we're doing, and we're not picking our races like, well, we let's go here because nobody's going to be here. We don't care. We're just coming to race, and we want to race the fast guys just to see where we're at because that just makes you work harder to
Hmm.
go faster. So
Yeah,
we're not picking our races at all, and our time's coming to get beat, but we're going to ride this ride while we can.
yeah, and yeah. I gotta ask, how big is that wing? I know how much downforce does it actually. Have y'all recorded any data, or is it just it works?
It works. It really and truthfully, I tried to run without the wing, and it got to a point to where, believe it or not, I thought that I was ready to sell the car because I didn't know if I was going to drive that car back. Like we struggled, like it was all over the place, and I put the wing on it, and it really helped the car drive straighter.
Yeah.
I
I imagine it's a lot of downforce on the rear end
yes,
that
I'm
makes it
sure.
squat.
Yeah, and that car was built back in the '90s. Car come out of California. I actually think Cali Nate. I think he was on his team with this car or something on one of the shows or something is what he was telling me.
Oh yeah.
And the guy I bought it from. Um, and he messaged me after our first win, and he was like, "Man, that wing made all the difference for me." And I'm like, "I wish you'd told me this, a month ago,
Yeah.
because I mean, really, we had we fought it for a long time, and I ain't saying that helped us out 100%, but it did help us because we had to make some other changes too. But I didn't
Yeah.
take it off after that because I'm like, I ain't dealing with that, because you had to man up to climbing that car after some stuff I went through on the big end of it.
Yeah. I mean, it looked you were kind of. I remember seeing all over, even with the wing back in the day. You were kind of all over the place, but it seemed like y'all were just, I guess, baby steps, but it was getting better and better and better. I mean, that's what people don't understand. You just can't do wild changes just from one extreme to the other. You got to do baby steps and
And
to see what works and what
no,
doesn't.
that's right. And we don't make a bunch of big changes when we're racing. We make little steps. We race the track, not the man beside us. And if we
Hmm.
get beat, we messed up. So be it. We learn from that and try to go faster if we get back.
Yeah,
You know, as
can't
far as
stop
that
the
goes.
can't stop that Italian bulldozer.
Oh man, he's
Oh
a good dude.
yeah, yeah. Andrew said 2 months of testing nonstop. That's what it took.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and that's the truth, man. I mean, we was going to the track, you know, and then finally I got to the point. I'm like, we got it somewhat close. Let's go race. And I'm like, he's like, we need some more tests, and I'm like, man, I believe in you. Let's go. And he's like, all right. So we went, and then we just started going from there, because we put in a bunch of time and work, and I was ready to go race, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just
Well,
to
you
kind of
you
see.
just want you just wanting to you just wanting to you just wanting to see what you really could do and how fast you could get. Not really how fast you can get, but how much progress you can make. I guess is
That's
the word I'm
yeah,
looking at.
that's exactly right. And so that's what we did, and man, it's been a fun ride for sure, and we're going to get beat, and I want, if we get beat, we're just going to do something different to try to stay competitive. I mean, and I'm very blessed for the people around me and the people we get to race for sure. You know.
Yeah. Did you had some close calls this past weekend though, didn't you? A couple was there a couple of races that were
Yeah,
I mean
yeah,
they were there, but
yeah, yeah.
they're
It was.
always there, but you just go, oh,
Yeah, let me grab his button, and Andrew's like, "Don't grab the button." I'm like, and I'm grabbing the button on the last one because like I could hear him, over here. So I grabbed the button, and I'm like, "Where's it at?" And he's like, "You didn't need it." And I'm like, he said, "I didn't put nothing on it for you that round. I already knew what you was gonna do." I'm like, "Man,
yeah, and he can probably go in there and see when you grab it. It's like, oh, we stuck it here.
yeah, yeah." He's
Yeah.
like, "You don't need the button." I'm like, "Yes, I do."
You never know. You might. You never
Yeah,
know. That's part of racing. That's why I say everybody's all like, "Oh man, Rocky's gonna be there, and I can't beat him." Well, that's racing, people. You gotta man up or stay on the porch.
so I tell you a little bit. I've been racing my whole life, and I come into the no prep game, and man, of course, I just got a regular old '79 Camaro, um, and then I bought a twin turbo car, and full interior car, and trying to race with these guys, and I'm like, man, I can't compete with them, and so I decided then that I needed to change my game a whole bunch. So that's
Hmm.
what I did. I really looked for a Noble for a long time and run around, look, drove everywhere, couldn't find nothing. And then the red car come up, and I'm a Camaro man anyways, and I'm like, that's me. And so that's what I did. And it took me about 2 years to build it with everything. But I finally got it, and I didn't know we was gonna do what we've been doing here lately.
And it's been a where to go. It's been a lot of these though. A lot of
Yeah, it has been. It's a dream come true for me too. Just being able to come on here and talk to you, man, is cool. It's probably one of the coolest things I did.
oh, come on now, come on
No,
now.
it's pretty
Man,
cool, dude.
yeah. But it seems like probably that smile getting bigger and bigger each weekend, huh?
I know. And the thing about it is, man, uh, I don't walk around with a big head or nothing because I know we can get beat any given time. But when I line up beside those heavy hitter guys, everything in that car goes away when I let go of that button. I got one thing on my mind is trying to get to the end before they do.
Well, come to think of it, you're on that list now as them heavy hitters. Does that sound weird?
Man, it does really. Like, I don't even know if it's even sink in all the way. You know what I mean? I think about it, and then like for the first time last weekend, a little boy come up to me. I got some shirts of the car and stuff, and he's like, "Man, I need your autograph and this and that." And I'm like, "Yeah, come on, buddy." He wanted a picture, and I thought that was just the coolest thing ever.
Hmm.
For a kid to come up and do that. I never had nobody do that to me before.
Man, even to me, it still gets it's weird. It's weird. It's not really weird, but it's just yeah, it's weird. It's weird, because I'm just I'm just a normal guy. People come up to me, I want to take your picture. I'm like, why?
Yeah. But dude, you're known all over the country, for what you do. And I tell you what I like about you, Limpy, too, is like you give us those counts that you give us, but you know when that car is up. So you're not going to sit there. If you know my car's up on the brake, you just automatically you go straight to him, and I like that. A lot of people don't do that, but you can hear it, man.
Yeah, most time, like I tell everybody, most time I can hear it. uh, I'm still learning the three step because there's a three step, and they go up, they come back down, and then they go back, they go up. Nate,
Yeah.
Cali Nate told me about that stuff, but I'm still getting used to that. But most time I can hear it unless you got a pro mod next to you that's on the like a Hemi Pro Charger that's like on the then I can't hear nothing. So then I got to start counting in my head.
Yeah, them things is loud. We run Justin Reed 3 weeks ago in the finals, and dude, I was like, I ain't got nothing for this dude, and we got him, and I was like, that's when it kind of hit me of the caliper cars that we can run with. He's a great guy, man, and like we had a problem with the plug wire, and he gave me one earlier in the race, and
Oh.
then when I got him in the final, he's like, "I need that plug wire back," and I'm like, "Oh man!" But of course, he was just joking around,
Yeah.
or whatever. But dude, we beat him, and I mean, I look up to that guy. Him, Logan Duvall.
Yeah.
Um, uh, I can't remember everybody's name, but we've outrun some heavy hitters, and that's when I knew that I was like, man, we do got something going on here.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. He's a good guy too, man. I think
Yeah.
a lot of him.
Yeah. He's all right unless he don't. Unless. Well, he's all right. I ain't gonna say that. Never mind. We can't get unless you scare him and then he bite your head off, and
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
good
for
stuff.
sure.
Uh.
But
Oh. Yeah. He's a southern. There's a difference between southern people and Midwest people and West people, East people. There's a big difference, and you can see it wherever
yeah,
you go places too. Uh. Somebody's asking about. Oh, Thomas was asking about the little wing. Was Yeah, there it is. I want to know about that tiny wing on top of the giant wing.
man, we trying to put a little more downforce on it with it. No, really and truthfully, so I tell you about it. We was at a race at Jackson on Friday night. We did a front side race. We made it down to the semifinals, and we broke a transmission in the semis. And so we had the $10,000 race on Saturday. So I was like, oh man. So I'm jacking the car up. I'm like, we're fixing to pull transmission right here. Take it back to. I didn't know where we was really gonna take it to, and then so I called Andy Mays transmission, and he's like, "Man, I got you. Just get it here. They're coming to race." So a guy walks by me in the parking lot. He's like, "Hey, bring it to my house. I got to lift AC and everything." And I'm like, "I don't know," but they're all like, "Let's go." So we run it over there. We get back to the track at 3 o'clock. My buddy wakes up at 6 o'clock. Jeremy, that's on my crew, runs it all the way back 3 hours to Nashville, gets it fixed, brings it back. We put it in. We're at the track. They actually pushed the race back for us about 30 minutes. We got there. We unloaded the car 10 minutes till time to go. They done paid our entry and everything. We wound up winning the race.
Man, that's teammates right there, man. I mean, that's people to help out and people that got you back. Or they,
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah. And then I felt bad, because I was like, man, all these people working so hard for me. I'm like, so I took that money and built me a new transmission to have a spare so we don't have to run into all that. Luckily,
yeah,
we had won that race to be able to do something like that. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So, I do got some good people in my corner, and good supporters too. It helps out a whole bunch.
hell yeah. I mean, and that's what helps out. I mean, people to help you out and people to have your back. Man, it's humbling to see people that care about you, and you're like, man, I don't know if this is going to work out,
I
but we're
know,
going to
cause
try. But we're going to try.
yeah, cause most people would give up right there. Like they think it's done. We're going home. We'll fix it. Come back next weekend. But everybody believed that we had a car that could win that race, and man, we won that thing. And that was like we didn't work for nothing.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, y'all definitely put in the work for sure. Jarrett said, "Oh yeah, Rocky had my number Saturday. I was really hoping to draw. He messed up. He said he was hoping to draw the right lane in the finals, the small tire, but uh, man, oh, uh, I mean that finals, he left on you. I ain't gonna lie, he
Yeah,
left on
yeah,
he left
yeah,
on you.
yeah. He left on me for sure. I mean, I didn't know, but I could when we left. I seen him leave, and I was like, I could just see me just reeling him back in. And that car on the top end, dude, it's a monster on the top end. I mean,
Yeah,
it just rolls.
yeah, and uh, but everybody was saying that. Did you have the left lane?
No, I did. I had the left lane, so we got a left lane by because we drawed Roger in the truck and he wrecked the truck,
Yeah,
and so we pretty much got a buy for that round. So we wanted to see what it would do in the 60 foot. So we put quite a bit of power in it to see if it would hold it. Um, and it got out there probably about 100 foot and kind of shook the tire a little bit.
Yeah, everybody was saying that the left and right lane there was probably about 2/10 difference.
We run the right lane earlier in the day, and I felt like we could have went as fast in the left lane, but when you're running for that kind of money and you hear people saying that, we're gonna draw for the lane because I know we just went in this lane.
Yeah, that's
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean? And we may not had. I don't know that at that time of the night, but I really felt like we could have went that fast in the left lane, but we may not have. I'm not
Yeah,
100% on that. You know what I mean? But I wasn't gonna take that chance for $8,200.
yeah. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, oh boy.
So we got him fired up.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I'll let y'all handle that.
Man, I
I
ain't
ain't I
messing
ain't
with him.
I ain't gonna go with there.
No,
I ain't gonna go
don't
there.
go there with him. We'll be on here all night.
What'd he say? We're gonna change his name from the wingman to Italian bulldozer. Oh man. Oh. So what's next for y'all?
Oh, we're going to Jackson this weekend for that $10,000 race,
Mhm.
and then Warner Woods.
No, I'll see y'all there too. I'll
I'm
see
gonna
y'all.
try to redeem myself up there. Cali Nate got me up there.
Uh, he said we still need to do work on our 60. Oh, man, it seems like it's working. I mean, 11 in a row. I mean, I guess even if you still want, I mean, you want to continue, but still you want, I guess you always want to get faster.
Yeah, I mean for sure. If you pick up in the 60, you're gonna pick up on the other end.
Oh boy, what's going on in here? Uh-oh.
Oh,
What part of Tennessee is Rocky from?
Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Is
From
that
about 30 minutes this side of 30 minutes towards Chattanooga from Nashville.
okay? So you're
In
kind of in
between those
between.
two. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's where
I
I'm
got you.
at.
I got you.
But yeah, that's what we plan on doing. And the biggest thing is just thanking all my teammates, my girlfriend, supports me on my crazy decisions because I'm able to come in and be like, hey, I want to do this or do that, and here we go. You know,
You kind of like me. We're like, man, we're gonna. The old lady walking in. We're gonna try this. She's like, I don't really. We're gonna try it out and see.
yeah. Well, let's
So,
just try it. We'll figure it
see.
out.
If it don't work, guess what? We'll try it again. We'll make it better. We'll try it again.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, it ain't all me, man. In this, it's my whole team, the people that support me. You know, um, Ultimate Energy Solutions, Shannon Carnathan, my man Andrew Lavender. He's a bad dude. And I honestly think Andrew is one of the baddest in the country tuners on no prep. There's some bad dudes out there. The Prestons are bad, but I believe in my man.
Yeah. Justin, thanks for racing with us at Big Dog Brawl at Brainerd Motorsports Park. What do you think of that place? Have you ever been there before?
I have been there before. I've never been on the backside before. Um, it's a nice facility. They
Yeah.
did a really good job. They try to keep us rolling. Um, but it was a pretty sticky backside.
Yeah, it
Probably
was
the
real.
stickiest one I've been on, and but
It wasn't the stickiest that I've ever. Well, I guess stickiest backside I've ever been on, but it
yes,
wasn't
that's
really. I'm trying to think of. I've been to a lot of them, and I'm trying to think of. There were some that were pretty sticky, but can't even remember. Anyway,
yeah, it was the stickiest one we've been to this year. I feel like
and it wasn't. It was really sticky for what?
for a
About
backside race.
yeah, for about 100 foot or so, and then it changed. I think it looked like to me it was good for about 100, maybe 200 feet. It was good, and then it was like
Yeah.
well, we gotta
Then that
hang
yeah
on.
that that's why we put the little wing on there to give us that little
Oh,
bit of extra on the
I
big
got you.
end.
I got that.
See.
See, people got that little. Oh, ah. You got any more
But
sponsors
anyway,
you
that's
want to
what I was
give
going to
us?
tell you earlier. So,
Go ahead.
man, no, well, I was going to tell you. So I didn't finish my story earlier. I'm sorry about that. But So the guy we went to his house to change the transmission out built that little wing and gave it to us.
Oh yeah.
And I thought, man, I'm gonna stick it on there, and it
Dang.
ain't pulled it off since.
Is it plastic? I didn't know what it is. It was
Yeah,
it
it's
is it
like it's
is.
something like a plastic, yeah,
Dang.
and it ain't blew off there.
I've seen it on there. You've had it on there for a while though, haven't you?
Yeah, for probably a little over a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I
I
think
ain't
I've.
even done nothing to it.
Dang.
But
You
no, I
you got
don't
to
really
change the
have a
bar
lot of
angle on it?
sponsors.
Can you change the bar angle on it? Can you go
Yes,
up and
sir.
down? You can?
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah,
dang. Hey.
yeah. Well, he hadn't really fooled with it. I tell everybody it's a conversation starter, and people make fun of me for it, but I'm like, I don't care.
3D printed. There. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all better keep it on there. If it that might be y'all's
Yeah,
good luck charm. You never know.
hey, we got some luck coming from somewhere.
I don't know if it's luck, but it's definitely hard work for sure.
Man, it is. It is. And no, I don't have a lot of sponsors. No Limit Motorsports. You know, Mace Transmission, they help me out when I need something. Shannon Carnathan, good buddy of mine, and Ultimate End Solutions, So, and I may have forgot somebody, a lot of people help me.
Yeah,
If I
I
miss
mean,
y'all, I apologize.
you got people. I mean, your girlfriend, your friends. Everybody can get a shout out.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
know that. They know that. My closest friends, they know that.
Yeah. Oh, so Jackson next weekend and trying for number 12. That's
12.
Baker's dozen, people.
I
Baker's
want
dozen.
I, I want 13 pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
That's the one I want.
You got you weird. You like numbers or your number man or something?
No, I just man, Warner Woods, man, it's like the gangsters place. Like I the first time I went was this year at Gangsters Paradise, and I was like, man, this is the coolest place I ever been to. And just to win something, because there's going to be a lot of people that I haven't got to race up there. Um, odds are probably against us, but we're gonna give it a heck. You know what I mean? We're
I
gonna give
mean,
it heck.
and it ain't from lack of trying. That's for sure.
No, we're going to try to win that race. Hopefully, everything stays together, and and where we can make that race and try to be competitive. I mean, I feel like if we can even just go a few rounds, we've won.
Yeah.
Rest of it's
Well,
just
and
good.
people don't understand that I still say it, even though it's gotten a little bit better over the last this year. It's got the track has gotten a lot better. You still got to have something to clank that when you walk to race there
That's
because
right.
not only is that you're driving, but you got to get stopped too.
Yeah, dude. Like I was tripping on that too because I was like on the shoots, kicking. They're like, "Do you think you need both of them?" I'm like, "I don't know, but I'm kicking both of them."
Yeah, I don't know,
You
but
know,
we ain't gonna try to find it. We are gonna find out if I do need them
no, for
when I don't need
sure.
them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't want to try it like that, and I'm one of those guys that drive. If the car gets a little out of shape, man, I ain't trying to be no hero. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let out of it. I ain't gonna try to wreck the guy beside me. $8,000 or $10,000, it ain't worth it. Now, you put me
No.
at $100,000 race, I might try to overdrive that car and run it down the side of the track rails or whatever, but I ain't doing it for $8,000 or $10,000.
Well, even and that's the problem with some of these races. I mean, you got all these big money races, and there's every weekend there's a big race, no matter where you go. There's a big race, and uh, it seems like it's getting watered down. But for y'all racers and stuff, I mean, y'all can pick and choose where y'all want to go. I mean,
Yeah,
there's always
and
good money wherever you want to go.
yeah, that's what I feel like too. I feel like if we can go and race for $10,000 on the weekend somewhere, I'm not gonna go run a race that I don't know it might be $2,000. I'm on. There's pretty much one somewhere all the time. So
Yeah, and it depends on your preference too. If you wanna hang, say you got one that's in Tennessee, oh,
yeah,
I'll go there because it's just right around the corner from my house instead of driving 12 hours or 10 hours or whatever.
yeah, that's right. And I mean, we don't care to travel if the money's there. Like I think they got a Chicken Hawk said they was going to race up in New York. I think it's a $20,000 race.
Yeah, at I think Rowdy Racing or whatever.
But War in the Woods is what I want to do, and we got a $10,000 race 2.5 hours down the road at Jackson, so we're gonna go hang out with those cool guys. I think they put a bounty on me up there. They was texting me today and put a bounty on me, and I'm like, here we go. Which, hey, that's cool. It means we're doing a little something, anyways.
Is that the one where you gotta weigh a certain amount,
No, I don't think that.
or is
I
it
think
or is
it's
that
it's
starting after that?
after that. Yeah, I think it's like 2,800 or something like that is
Yeah,
what they
you gotta
said
weigh
or something.
2,800 pounds. And no prep. What are they doing?
Yeah,
Bracket racing or what? I mean,
I
or
don't know.
or index? I don't know how that
I
works.
don't know what. I guess they're trying to see if it brings on any cars. I guess I don't know. What's it at this point at the caliper cars that are out there? It don't matter what they weigh. I mean, I've
Yeah.
seen full body cars. You know, doors do good and outrun some heavy hitters. You know what I mean? If the
Yeah.
track's not there, it's a tuner's game at that point. It don't matter how fast you are. We don't even use all the power in that car at this. I mean, we really don't.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. Well, you don't have to. Well, I mean, maybe on the front side you could, but the back side, I don't. I don't. It
No,
depends. Even
you know,
even if the stickiest no prep that you did on the backside, you probably still didn't even use 3/4 of the power.
no. I mean, we don't. I mean, we hadn't been to a place to be able to do that. I, we will one day, I'm sure. And I'll be ready to go when that happens. We'll see what it's got. If
Yeah.
the
Just
money's
just
there,
just to see, just let her eat and see what it
let
see
it.
what.
Yeah, I'll probably let Andrew drive at that time. I know he's ready for it.
Oh man. Uh but well, congrats on your win.
Man, thank you a bunch. I appreciate you having me on here, dude.
And oh, there he'll drive. He say he ain't scared. He ain't scared.
Yeah.
He'll let her eat. He'll let her eat. All right. Well, congrats on your win and good luck next weekend.
All right, buddy. And thank you for having me on. It was a pleasure.
Not a
No
problem, man.
limit, no limit motorsports to the top.
No limits motorsports. Tennessee Hustler is your Facebook page. Go give
Yes,
him a like.
sir.
Go
Thank
give
you,
him a like.
man. Appreciate it.
Go give him a like. All right.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
See you, buddy.
Later. Bye. Your winner this past weekend at Big Dog Brawl at Brainerd Motorsports Park. We'll go. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? We'll show all these pictures again. Yep. And that's how sticky it was, people. I think he come down about 100 foot mark, and he got his oil pan pretty good there. So it was pretty good. Willie Dynamite coming up. I don't know if it was the lane race or what, but he was. It was about. I think it was about half a car or so. But Jared left on him good. I was like, whoa. And if anybody, because Jared's car's built for shitty services. I'm just saying. I'm saying it, but I'm sure he changed it a little bit. But it's made for that, and he left on him, and I think he probably gave him the closest race of the night was him. Chicken Hawk. I think he made it second or third round in big tire, and he got beat first round. So I mean, when you ain't got no front end and you know you're no prep, you can still get beat, people. That's the way it is. Moonlight Racing, just your winner. Winner's there. Oh man, it feels good to be back. Uh, I think our sponsor here. Where'd it go? Oh boy. Where'd it go? Just in case, on Tilt Racing products, and it's up here too. Up here too. Y'all can thank Chuck. Chuck's the man. Chuck is the man. So let me copy that. We'll send. We were gonna have we were gonna have Richard on with 660 Street, but he is actually in the hospital with his soon-to-be wife. But they're about to have a baby any day now. Actually, it's about a week late. So uh, he I doubt he's gonna be coming on. I don't know if I am gonna send him a message. You know what I mean? Uh, but let me go here. There was some stuff going on this past weekend. course, Matt and I and we traveled to Georgia. Thank the old lady for driving most of the way, and Matt for driving the rest of the way. And me, I had to drive a little bit, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Having a chauffeur, having chauffeurs around here. Uh, but all right, let's see if I sent everything to the right people here. Maybe, maybe. All right. So it is. Yeah. What's up, Ryan? Yep. Chuck's the man. Chuck is the man. You want to get on, Eric? I'll bring you on. I ain't scared. Appreciate it, Justin. Appreciate you as well. Justin, guy with the camo car. He actually put on the event. He's the Big Dog Brawl. He's actually Big Dog Brawl. He brought us in and for the event down there, and it was pretty good. Yeah, Chuck's a good dude, man. Chuck's a good dude. On Tilt Racing Productions. Yep. Uh, let's see here. So there was a race in Kansas City this weekend. Yeah, I think it was a memorial race for Toby that was put on by, I believe, the Wyco Racing, which I sent a invite to um, Kenny. He had family stuff to do this evening, so he won't be able to uh, get on and give his side of the story or his intake. If anybody from the Wyco wants to get on, they can get on as well. Uh, but I got two guys down here that or we're talking about. Got Maddie Fresh here. Maddie Fresh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
All right,
Can you
all
hear
right.
me all right?
Yeah, yeah. I was just, oh boy, just checking, just checking.
Well, I had some feedback coming through because I'm using the laptop for the first time, and
Oh boy.
so when I clicked over, the Facebook stream was still going, so I was having to hear both of you.
Oh boy. No, you just doing double whammy. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know
yeah.
which
You
one. I
got
was like,
you
well,
got you got you better turn down one and so you can hear the other one. But I don't know. You might have a
yeah,
delay on one. Like I
yeah,
just delayed there for a second. Look out.
yeah.
All right, we're good. I think we're good. I got that. All right. No. Ah. So we'll bring Chris on as well. What's up, bro?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you. We
Good
got
deal.
you. We got you.
How are y'all
So
doing tonight?
we're doing
Doing good,
fabulous.
man.
I'm doing fabulous. Well, I woke up this morning on this side of the lawn, so that's a positive on my that's positive.
I hear you there. I hear you there.
For sure.
So there was a race this week. Was it? It was a was it a memorial race for Toby? I know.
I don't know if it was necessarily planned that way. I don't know on that, but I think it happened to fall on the date, so that was cool. So
Yeah. And anybody that don't know Toby, y'all must be under a rock or something.
absolutely.
I've I've got with Toby many years, and he knows. Anyway, uh, there was a mishap this weekend.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, there sure was. 23 badass racers showed up to Waco, and we raced for I don't know, probably about 2 hours. And during one of the races, there was a cop sitting at the finish line with his lights shut off. And as the racers went through the finish line, the cop turned his lights on, and all hell broke loose. And there was a little bit of a fender bender at the end with the cop car. So
and I've got video here, people. In case y'all missed it, y'all been under a rock, or people that are on YouTube right now that don't have Facebook, we'll go ahead and show you right here, which is here we go.
yeah, pretty wild.
That's bad. That's bad.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
Man.
no, I don't know exactly what happened. I'm not here to blame anybody or anything. I still have a lot of respect for the promoters that were putting the race on. I mean, hell, even one of the promoters was racing himself. So the only thing that sucks is there was no security. I feel like if there was some kind of security there, it probably would have prevented at least that from happening. In my opinion, the cops are going to show up. It's street racing. We all know it's illegal. Shit happens. That's just a chance that we take whenever we go out there. But if there would have been some kind of security or something like that, I feel like maybe it wouldn't have got busted in the middle of the race. And the cop was definitely being sneaky. He was sitting down at the end of the road for I don't even know how long. He admitted that he was down there watching us do burnouts in the road, backed up because the headlights were off, and then we turned the headlights on right before the race started, and he admitted all that stuff. So it could have been prevented by him just simply even stopping the race, mid, but he decided to wait until the end of it and caused a big fiasco.
Now I know people when I do races. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for Matt or Richard. Well, Richard kind of does the same thing, but when I've always had securities, people don't understand. They think security you're supposed to get off scot free and this and that. This and that and the other. No, security's there so you don't get caught in the act like this just happened. It's not there to you
100%.
to get. You're not. It's not there for you to get away with murder. It's there for you not to get caught in the doing the murder.
Yeah.
It's not a get
No.
out of jail free card.
Yeah. It's not.
No.
But and they. I'll get to that in a second, Tyson. But people don't understand. Some people are like, "Oh man, where was security at?" Which I'm thinking to myself at that point, why? Was it dark down there? Even the finish line guy couldn't see the cop, or
I didn't
'cause
really get to talk to the finish line guy. I don't know. I don't know. Dad said that it looked like it was about 400 past the line where the cop was sitting, and then I mean, you could definitely tell it was dark just from all the videos that I've seen. It was dark, and he actually happened to be sitting in the wrong lane for whatever reason. I don't know what his judgment or thinking was on that. But yes, to your point with the security, I agree with you. It's not a saving grace by no means. We knew what we were doing. It was illegal. We're there to have a good time. It sucked how everything happened for sure.
yeah. All right. She said it was. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I'm lagging. I must be lagging.
In that
So there's no way.
situation,
All right, I got
yeah.
you.
If the finish line guy is your only guy looking out and it's too dark down there, I mean, you have to do whatever you have to do to cover that base. Put somebody else down there. I mean, as the organizer, if you're the person putting it on, that's a base that you cannot leave open. You have to do whatever you have to do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, it is what it is. We still signed up for it. We still decided to go down the street. And it's just a learning experience. I hope everybody learns from this. Anybody that's putting any kind of races on or promoting any kind of races, illegal or not, hopefully everybody learns from the situation. And I think everybody has, or I hope they have, because I feel like somebody could have very well gotten hurt over that, and I'm just glad that nobody did.
And
including the cop.
did the cop
Absolutely,
get
yeah.
the cop car get hit? Is what Tyson asking.
Uh, yes. Not much. As he was heading straight for our car, he swerved at the last minute, and we were in a skid, to say the least. Locked the brakes up, and the rear bumper made contact with the front bumper of our car.
So, and if people don't understand that who is that who
It's
is
my dad. Yeah.
it's
So
your
my
dad.
dad was the one driving the car. I crew
He
chief
didn't
for
want
him.
he didn't want to come on.
No, he didn't. He didn't want to come on. He's not big in being a spotlight person or anything else, and I figured I would just kind of bring our side of the story to it. But yeah, he's my dad. I crew chief the car. I tune the car. Kind of help him. We do it as a family. My little brother street races as well, and we all race and have a good time as a family. So
Yeah, and we all know we all know what we sign up for. So it is that.
Yeah.
But for one, I've done plenty of races before where I've had people not show up for security. Guess what? Now Olympia's doing security, and somebody else is flagging the race because you know what? To me, having y'all guys backs is more important than flagging a race or putting. I want to make sure that there's nobody getting busted in the act. No, I mean, it is it's street racing, people. It's street racing. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah. There's
but
only
you
so
gotta,
much safety you can make into it, for sure.
yeah. I mean,
Right.
but two wrongs don't make a right. You don't. I mean, no security, and supposedly I think they said that spot was known for getting busted and blocked in and all that stuff
Yeah,
or something.
I've heard that after the fact. We come as out of towners, so we didn't have any knowledge of that prior. We didn't have any knowledge of there not being any security. We just kind of assumed, and we take responsibility for that. That's something that should have been asked. I didn't even think about it, just because we've raced with you several times. We've raced with Richard. We've raced with the Wyco guys several times. It's just something that I didn't think needed to be asked or whatever. So we take responsibility in not asking for that fact, but it's a tough hand, and I feel bad for everybody involved. It's a crappy situation all around.
Now,
Well, this is
your
not a this is
go
not
ahead.
a situation where we're going to beat up on those guys. I mean, we all know
Yeah, yeah.
what's happening. We just, we wanted to talk to you and kind of get y'all's opinion on it, and we're just glad that your dad's all right. It could have been
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, no,
a lot
absolutely.
worse. Could have been a lot
Yeah.
worse.
And did your dad
Correct.
go to
It very well
jail?
could.
Your dad go to jail?
So yeah, he went to jail. The car got impounded. We were able to bail him out a couple hours later. He got the car back today, so we are
Good
thankful
deal.
for that. The cops were talking like they wanted to seize the car and wanted to basically sell it at auction and everything else. But luckily, out of the 10 cops that were down there at one point, there was one cop that had a cool head on him, and I think he pretty much kept the other cops from going crazy. So
Yeah, and because also they, I don't know if I'm sure it's big. It's big everywhere. The donut kids, the takeover kids, the
yeah,
stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure that people that we can get mistaken for them, and then once they realize that it's not us. But I heard they had. Uh, I sent a message to Cali Nate, but he hadn't seen it yet. But apparently they had spike strips in front of his car where they had
hmm
like where nobody could leave.
yeah.
So, and they were writing tickets, all kinds of people and stuff out there.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I mean, from the time that happened, man, it was awesome how everybody kind of worked together and got out of there really quick. Out of the 23 trucks and trailers, everybody was out of there within like 10 minutes. But somehow there was a cop at every single intersection, blocked interstate, blocked a bunch of roads, blocked everything, and they just started writing tickets. Um, it was pretty wild. So I would assume that the cops had some kind of idea that way they could get in place before it all happened. I've never seen organization like that.
Yeah, they had a plan. They had a
Yeah,
plan. That's for sure. If they did it like that, I mean, they had that plan for sure.
yeah, yeah. I don't think anybody
I
had any
mean,
kind of time to
if
react.
it's a known spot, and they've busted it before, they probably had something in place and knew what they were going to do whenever they came out there, and that probably explains the reason why the cop was parked in the shutdown. He probably had no idea that it was some show enough badass cars out there. He probably thought it was the normal younger crowd,
hmm
in their Chargers and shit, and thought that he could spook them into just stopping. He didn't realize that he almost could have gotten hit at 140, 150 miles an hour. You
Yeah,
Yeah,
know,
no, absolutely.
I
It,
talked to
it
Nate last night, and he said that he made a pass just before. I guess he was the race before that,
yeah,
and he went down and turned around and came back, and he said he'd never seen nobody. But according
yeah,
to
yeah.
Eric and them, it says I mean this had to have been. And I talked with uh, uh, Uncle Jeff from down in Austin. He said that uh, I guess the lane closest to the railroad tracks wasn't it was pretty much not blown off. It was half the road was dirty and half the lane was dirty and half the lane wasn't. That's some other guys does like to do that stuff down here that I don't like to
Mm-hmm.
mention. But uh, if you're gonna do races, people take pride in your shit. I mean, just don't throw shit together. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've tried to tell people, I tried to learn people, because I'm not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be here forever, and I try to help people out. You got to do what's right. If you want to be mainstream on the internet, flagging races, I mean that's fine, but get your shit together. I mean, if
I
you can't,
agree.
if you can't, if you're going to do a race and you can't find security, guess what? You're doing security. Find someone else to flag the race. I mean,
If you're going to
you're,
take the time, if you're going to take the time to put on a race on the street, and there's everything at risk, you have to, you have to do your part as a organizer to make sure that all the spots are ready. You got everything covered. I mean, that's the problem with today's organizers. There's and it's this was just a mistake. The YCO guys are usually on this stuff. I mean, I've been there many times where they've had everything covered. Everything's been flawless. But, there's a lot more out there now in all different areas of the country that just think that we can just put on a street race here, this weekend. And they don't put in the homework. They don't go out and scout where the cops can come in. They don't go out and make sure all the backup spots are clean in case we need to move quick and get over there and get it in. There's so many different things that are getting left in the dust. And, you've got these newer, guys that are trying to be race organizers that don't put in the homework. And the YCO guys know what to do. They've done plenty of street races where they know what bases to cover. This was just a mistake that happened, and I feel that, and I just I hate that it happened, but it's disappointing, but at the same time, hopefully they'll learn from it, and next time they'll do whatever it takes to have somebody out there to keep a watch,
yeah. And
Yeah.
But
Richie,
going
just
back to the roads being clean and all that kind of stuff, it makes me so mad when I see guys, trying to just get a race done, and all they care about is the race. They don't care about anybody's safety. It's like
yeah. And
that's
this right here,
that's
Richie, this is the point that just Matt just proved right here. You got to get out and do your homework. You got to go out and check the roads. You got to go out and if it's a new area, you got to go out and do your homework. If it's an old area, you still got where you got to have security lined out. And if you ain't got security, don't go. Don't have a race. I mean, because if you don't have security, for one, you don't care about the drivers. Two, all you care about is being famous. Three, three, fuck you for not doing any of your homework. So if I'm an asshole, because I take this shit to heart, people. It's like a kick in the balls for people that organize and do shit like this. This is. I mean, we're not saving grace, but we take pride in your shit. I mean, you go get your hair cut, get your beard did, get your hairline, get your makeup done. If you're a female, same thing. Same thing with street racing, people. You got to get set up before you can do everything. Man, I don't know. It
everybody
just it
thinks it's
it just
easy,
it just it just it just boils me. It just makes my blood boil to be. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I'm gonna get upset. I better shut up.
everybody, calm down, big guy. But I mean, it's just like everybody talks about how the sport's changing, how the no prep game's changing. Well, the street game's changing too. You know, it's changing in a way that organizers like myself, Limpy, Richard, James Colbert, the Wyco guys. I mean, there's a standard. There's a level of where you want to hold your races to a certain standard where where when racers get the invites, they know what they're going to get. They're not scared to drive hours away because they know that they're going to some spots where everything's going to be covered to as as much as possible. Uh, but the street racing game is changing as well. You got so many people doing streets, and every all over the country, everybody's got their own flavor. They got their own style. They got their own way they do it. But unfortunately, um, they don't think about that type of stuff. They don't. They just think it's easy, man. They think this stuff that anybody can just get out there and just bang a flashlight and send two cars down the road. But it's all fun until something bad happens, and then it's like, oh shit, we should have done this, shoulda, woulda, coulda. This guy's dead, or this dude's in the hospital, or this guy's locked up in jail, and I mean it's there's so much more at risk that people don't realize, and they think that street racing is just another cool thing to do and post on Facebook. It's not. It's changed too. So it's up to guys, the good guys, to try to get the info out there, try to discuss it, try to talk about it, get on here and say, hey, this is the way it needs to be done. It needs to be talked about to where some of these other guys that are trying to do it can learn. I mean, I've only been doing it for about 5 years, but if you don't take it seriously, if you don't take it seriously and really do your homework, something bad's going to happen one day, and it's going to, and some mistakes and bad things happen to the best of us. I mean, nothing's promised out there, but at least if something bad does happen, you can say, hey, I did the best I could. You won't be sitting there going, damn, I should have talked to somebody and got them out there to watch out for us, or, you won't have to worry about making those mistakes.
Yeah.
So,
And sadly, it's only going to get harder from here. The cops are starting to crack down more and more. Because of the kids, doing the slideshows in the middle of the interstate and hurting people and everything else, and then it makes it tough for the people that do it professionally, or not necessarily professionally, but do it on a weekend basis. It's making it harder and harder for them guys, and they're going to start cracking down, and it's gonna start getting worse if we don't take action and just do better. So.
yeah, yeah.
Here's we'll play this video and then Dylan, that's when he missed. We'll play this video first, and then Eric sent me this. So
this is how your night ends. Shitty. Cops blocked off every fucking exit out of this area, even the on-ramp to the highway. Already took all of our IDs and whatnot.
damn it. And then Dylan, here's what we're talking about. Cops in the shutdown, about 400 feet or so past the finish line, end up getting hit. They call that, was it a felony?
They haven't done that yet. So they wrote him 4 tickets, CNI, negligent, something to do with a wreck, negligent collision or something, lights, and then street racing. So they said there's a very good chance of the prosecutor maybe going after the assault of a police officer, which is a felony. So we're hoping, that we can maybe get that knocked down or not even on the table. I know he's kind of talked with some lawyers today, and I don't know. It's hopefully they don't throw the book at him. Unfortunately, with them trying to crack down on street racing, I think they may try to make an example out of him. But we're going to hope for the best, and that's all we can do.
Yeah, and people, we're not bashing anybody. We all know the risk. We all know the risk doing races, putting on these races, racing these races. But when you have races and the only place you can really not, I don't know about any other places that I've been to, The only places you can actually street race with no security is New Orleans, Nolo. I mean the pad. I mean that place is so packed that the cops you can know they're rolling in. When usually they're rolling in, there's so many people out there that they ain't gonna do nothing. So,
Yeah.
but man, and supposedly uh they were picking and choosing who got invites because I know Nate or somebody got an invite and or didn't get or asked for an invite and said they were full, and then 2 days later I think somebody else asked for an invite and they gave them two spots, and then Nate whenever but somebody up here said something about they were full and they drove 10 hours just to have just to go out there or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I heard some talks about it. But me personally, I don't really care if I want the baddest people to show up. I want to prove that we can compete with everybody. We're just a
That's
bunch of
right.
nobodies from North Missouri, and if we show up and we beat everybody or whatever the case is, and no fast guys were there, then we're just a bunch of nobodies beating other nobodies. I would like to see the fastest people there at any kind of street race, and I would like to beat them. Period. I mean, my car's not done yet, so I've kind of been working on Dad's car and crewing his car, and I don't like to see us go out and do crappy or whatever. And I want to win just as much as anybody, but I would rather lose to a fast guy any day of the week than beat a bunch of people that are mediocre. And I'm not saying anybody's mediocre. I'm just saying I would like to
You
win
want to know where you
with the
sit.
fast. Absolutely, yeah.
That's
And we
what
were
it's all
against
about.
Cali Nate a couple weeks ago in the finals of the last Wyco race that we went to, and we seen how fast he is, and that man's fast. So we were kind of glad that he was there because we wanted some redemption. I don't know if we had anything for him or not, but we were willing to give it a try. We made it down to the final three, and that's another thing. So after all that happened, they split the pot three ways, and I want a huge thank you to Cali Nate and Dalton Mukes. They both threw in some of their winnings towards us to help us out, and that means the world. I appreciate that.
That's
Yeah,
cool, man.
cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, I hate it, man. I'm not gonna lie. When I seen the video, I was angry, but at the same time, I was just disappointed.
that's
But
what I am.
like I said,
I'm more disappointed than I'm angry. I am just I'm actually flabbergasted that Kenny for one person because he's been in this for a while now would
a
do
long
this
time.
would do this and I know he probably knows better but man you you put a little hickey on Kansas City there. I'm just saying you just put a little hickey on Kansas City on the map right there, and that's bad because you have Toby that did the biggest. I'm just saying illegally. You got this guy over here. This guy over here did the second biggest. I mean, I don't know
Appreciate
if
that, Aaron.
I don't know if I'm even in, but I've done some stuff that you're not supposed to be able to do. But I've like I said, if I didn't have security, I'm doing security. If I had three people show up and only one guy showed up, I'm choosing now I got to change everything up. I got to change my whole plans because I've only got two security guys now, so I got to know where I can get by with just two security guys. But it is what it is. I mean, I
I
just
mean, the thing about it is, you know, when whenever I first went to Kansas City 5 years ago, um, ever since that first time, I've been up there lots of times after that. But ever since that first time, I've always, bragged on them guys everywhere I go about how good of a program they got up there. And so something like that to just get left uncovered, it hurt, man. It hurt to see it. And so, like I said, this is not trying to bully or beat up on anybody. Mistakes happen, but these guys, got to understand that, they got a reputation up there. They got a reputation to uphold, just like anybody else.
you're one of the big dogs. You're one of the big dogs of the United
And
States.
and when stuff like this happens, man, like it could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse. And so I'm just glad that your dad's okay. And so I'm glad that it could have that nothing just terrible freaking happened, because that we all of the street people have targets on our backs anyway. Just anytime anything bad happens somewhere, it's gonna go to the national news, and everybody's gonna be trying to just pick on us because they don't understand, that it's something that we love to do. And so I'm just glad that at the end of the day, I'm just glad that it wasn't any worse than what it was. And I'm sorry that it happened, but hopefully, hopefully that them guys, because I love Kenny, I love all the Wyco racing guys. They know I love them, and hopefully this just won't happen again. Hopefully this was just a mistake that they can learn from, to where they can try to rebuild that reputation, and try to get it to where racers can feel comfortable going there and racing and not have to worry about running in head on into cops, parked at the big end.
Yeah, no,
So,
absolutely. I agree with you 100%. We talked about it, and we don't have any hard feelings towards them guys.
no.
I'll still race with them, especially once my car's done. I plan on going back down there. I don't know if it's going to be anytime soon. I think Wyco needs to probably lay off on the street racing for a little while, just for the simple fact that the streets are hot right now. There's no doubt about it. I don't know
Yeah.
how many people have told me, the spots are getting hot and cops are busting everything, or whatever the case may be. Hopefully it's just a little bit better, and the security thing gets figured out. And this is a learning experience for everybody. It just sucks that it had to happen. Something like this had to change it, but hopefully everybody can just learn, and anybody that's putting any kind of races on, hopefully everybody learns from this mistake, just because it's going to suck. It's not over with yet. And I don't know how bad it's going to get. It could be really nice and easy and go good for us, but it's hard telling how bad it will get
What's up, bro?
if the cops want to be a bunch of assholes. So
Yeah, and then oh wait, oh, but it's like I said, we're not bashing it. We know shit happened. I mean, I've had a dude go to jail. Same, he didn't hit the cop or anything, but he got the cop road used a truck as a blocker. So we had to wait. We were trying to wait for the truck go by, but he pulled in. He used the truck as a blocker, pulled in a hiding spot, and then we ran, and then they lit him up. The same exact thing. He didn't hit the dude or anything, but
yeah,
uh, shit happens. Shit
Shit
happens.
happens, man. Shit
But
yeah,
happens. Nothing's
but
promised out there.
but I had security. I had security lined out.
Well, Kenny just commented on
Yeah.
here, and he said that he was very sorry. This was definitely an eye opener. That it'll never happen again. Like, we love you, Kenny. This is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
a bashing live
Yeah.
feed or anything. This is just something to try to shine some light for all the other guys that are organizers too. That and mainly the ones that are not organizers, that are trying to do this stuff but don't understand the real important little things that you have to do. This is what this live feed's about, is just to kind of get some information out there for the ones that are not covering the bases, because these are the kind of mistakes that can happen. And you know that's really all this is about. But we still love you, Kenny. We still love the Wyco racing guys. Y'all are family. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's don't want anybody taking any of this the wrong way. It's just but we're just glad that your dad's all right, man. I ain't never met you, Chris, but if part of the street family, we all love this stuff. We all want to keep being able to do it. It's crazy the way everything's changing, and all we can do is just the best we can. You know,
Yep.
yeah,
so
Yeah. It's like I said. What I said. Security's not. You can't get away with murder with security, but you can get away without doing the murder. I mean,
yeah,
you
no,
might get a
absolutely.
you
It's
might
not
get a
end all be all, but it
yeah you
definitely
might you might
helps.
get a soliciting ticket or whatever, tire ticket or whatever, but it ain't.
yeah. I
Security's
mean,
there
I
to not get caught in the act is the whole point
I've done a
of
lot of races here. I've done a lot of races here at home, a lot of them over the last 5 years, and I've never done one without security, man. I've never done one with one spot one side road left open. Even when we go to Memphis and it's one way in, one way out, I still put somebody down there just to let me know when they're coming in. That way I can at least get everybody off the road before the cops get back there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just one of those things, man. Like last year we went over to another spot over here and perfect example how important security is. We were going into the semis trying to get this thing done, and security called and said cops were on the way. And this cop was, nobody called him. This cop was just patrolling the area. But him being out there gave me enough time to get all the cars off the road, get everybody into the parking lot. And so when he drove through, the parking lot where we were all parked was kind of down, down in lower than where the level of where the street was. And the dude just drove right on by. I mean, never seen us, just drove right on by, patrolling the area. And I had my other security guy from the other side kind of follow him and make sure that he wasn't going to circle back. And we was able to finish the race. And we were still done, in a few hours. And so little things like that, just little things, they count, man, because all it would have took was for me to not have that other side covered because I didn't have somebody out there, and he could have pulled right up on us right in the middle of sending two cars down, and it would have been so much worse, but that's how important security is,
And I don't think there's a single racer out there that wouldn't be willing to pay 20, 30, hell, even $50.
I always add it to the buy-in is what I do.
Yep, and that's what I remember. You do 220 or whatever if it's a big race, 320. But yeah, no, I don't see why there's not a single racer that wouldn't be willing to pay a little bit of extra money just to help with that. Just for the simple fact is they're gonna save your ass for the most part.
For sure.
I always do the extra buy-in, and then I always take spectator money, and I people listen to me. I count it in front of everybody so they know how much spectator money. Some people don't do that. They go to their truck and they count it in their truck. I throw if it's a rough night, I'll give security extra. If we stay in one spot and we're done in 3 hours, they get that. So and the drivers get the spectator added onto the pot. It depends on, it all depends on the night, but you've got to have security. Especially if you go to a road that is known for that, you can't go in flying blind, people. And what I call flying blind is that right there.
But I mean, it's one of those things where it's just something that you have to do, and Kenny knows that. Kenny and the Wyco racing guys, they know that. I mean, they know how important it is. They've put on some of the most epic street races I've ever been to in my life, and love them guys. And so, it's just a learning experience. It's all it is, and we're just grateful that nobody, got hurt or the situation wasn't worse. I mean, but security is key, man. I've had to reach out to people that were there spectating before. If I needed one spot covered that my security guy didn't show up, hey, I'll go over there and tell them, look, man, security is gonna make some good money today. I need you to go park at this spot, and just tell me, call me. Here's my number. Call me. And dude, I've had some races where security pays pretty damn good. I mean, pays damn good. And so, it's not hard to do. It's not hard to try to, get some help and just make sure that base is covered, man. No matter what. It's just so critical, man. But,
Well, Chris, y'all got any sponsors? Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
So we use Stripper Glitter. I'd like to thank them. Renegade Fuel, Buck Brothers. They're always working on our stuff. Really, there's a bunch of people that we have in our corner that help us weekend and weekday, week out. I mean, we got a lot of great people that help. Our wives, with my dad, my brother, and me all racing all the time. Our wives and my mom are saints. They They're always in our corner and helping us out as much as possible, and they just deal with all our bull crap, really. So another thing I wanted to bring up is some of the KC guys have started a GoFundMe for this, and by no means are we people who ask for money or anything else, but it is awesome to see all the racers coming together and fellow racing community to help us out. We greatly appreciate that. Like I said, we didn't ask for it. We didn't want it. We don't even want to take it. But I really do appreciate Tom Gartman. He was the one that tried to start it, and he got it started. And there's been a bunch of people donating already, and we greatly appreciate everybody that has donated, especially Tom for creating it. That was awesome of him. So,
Did you notice? Also read somewhere where it looked like there was kind of some bickering and bitching out there.
so yeah,
you hash on that?
There's been tension. We've been down for both groups. We all get along with a lot of the guys from both groups, so I don't know exactly all the ins and outs. There's two groups down there that kind of fight and bicker back and forth. One, there's rumors going around that they're calling the cops on each other. I don't really know any of that. I don't think any of them guys would do any of that. I would like to think not. I mean, all of them guys from both groups are really stand up. So I don't think they're calling the cops on each other. I think it's just a lot of bad stuff happening. They're both street racers, so I don't foresee them calling the cops on each other. If it is happening, it's very unfortunate because it's going to tear Kansas City street racing apart. The Tom Gartman, he's doing everything in his power to kind of help maybe bring both groups together, which is cool. It just sucks that if that is the case, it's only making stuff worse down there. So hopefully both groups can get their heads out of their asses and maybe work together. And I also was told that's why some people weren't getting invited from different groups. I don't know. I'm not going to feed into all that stuff, but it just sucks. You know, I'm the type of person where I like to get along with everybody. I don't care who you are. You can be my worst enemy. I can hate you, but at the end of the day, I'm going to help you as much as possible if you want it. You know, we could have a guy that we hate line up next to us, and if he's in the tracks crooked or whatever the case, or needs help with his crew, I mean, I'm going to help any way I can, just because that's the way you should be. This world's hard enough, and then when you got to deal with people bitching and fighting and arguing all the time, it just makes it worse. So
there's a couple of guys. There's some guys here that put on races that I don't get along with, and even if they do a race, I damn sure ain't gonna call the cops on. I've never called the cops on anybody because you know what? Y'all are my people. I might not like the guy putting on the race, but I damn sure ain't gonna have my people go to jail because
absolutely,
I
it's only
think more
hurting
of
the
y'all
racers.
I think more of y'all than I do anybody else. And y'all are family. The guy putting on the race ain't family, but y'all still family. I damn sure ain't gonna call the cops on you. I mean, that's
Yeah,
stupid.
and like I said, I don't know.
I heard that there was a Uber driver or something that drove by that could have possibly called the cops.
Yeah, I think he was actually driving by whenever Cali and my buddy were lined up. He came from behind. He went in the middle of the street. He went down the street, turned around, stopped in the middle of the street. I don't know what the heck he was doing, and I don't know if it was on him or who knows. I was also told that there's a fire station like a quarter mile from there.
Yeah,
which
heard that as well.
We didn't know that either. You know,
man, believe it or not, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing races for a really long time, legal and illegal, mostly illegal. But man, we've had the best luck when there's a fire station within a mile away. For some reason. But now, you know, Texas, their laws have changed here, so it's a lot tougher now here. But back in the day, it was Texas, you know, DFW. We were the Street Kings, and then it went to Kansas City, and then it's this guy over here, and then I mean, out West Coast, East Coast. I mean, it's gotten really. I mean, now they can here. It's got California. They can load you, impound your car for having a get together or whatever. I mean, it's fucking stupid.
Well,
yeah, it just sucks.
I don't like to hear it when when the street racing community is getting divided up into groups, man. You know, it's the same thing.
We all want the same thing. We all want the same thing. I mean, it might not be your best buddy, but it's still for your people.
Absolutely.
But Chris, you said something that was very, it was on point. It's happening everywhere, dude. Like, there, that's what's wrong with the society we live in today. Everybody feels like they have to be in their own groups and their own teams or whatever it may be. And so I remember just 5 years ago, it's not that long, where there wasn't any teams, there wasn't any groups. Everybody was just doing the same thing and was just enjoying the same thing and doing it all for the same purpose. And all this division, man, it just makes it harder for everybody. It makes it harder on everybody to be able to enjoy this stuff because you got so many people that want to get in their own little groups and think that the other ones are just doing it all wrong and making them the enemies, and it's all about pointing fingers. And we just got to get back to racing, man. Just got to get back to
Absolutely.
just racing and having fun. It's like it's not about egos. It's not about who's going to be the biggest on Facebook, who's going to have the most views, or it's about who's going to have the most fun. In my opinion, it's like, and that's what we got to get back to. It's this society where everybody's dividing up, uh, and not everybody's always going to agree. I'm not saying that we all got to hold hands and sing kumbaya and shit. It's like, everybody, it's okay to have your own opinion. It's okay for me and you to disagree about something, and we can still go racing tomorrow. It's like,
Yep.
uh, it's just it's getting too political, man. It's like
Absolutely.
every
Yeah. And that's what we race to release all the issues and stuff we have of everyday life. I mean, you got so much shit going on with politics and the
yes,
country is going to shit real quick. And we like to race and forget all about that, for the couple hours that we get to have fun. And now it's kind of all rolled into the racing, and nobody wants to get along and everybody wants to do it better than the next guy or whatever the case may be. I think if we all start working together and trying to do stuff, and work with each other, I feel like it would go a lot smoother and not have as
yeah,
many issues.
right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
yeah. It's just one of them things, man, where we just got to do the best we can, you know, and everybody's gonna choose their own paths, in this deal. And I tell everybody all the time, man, like just don't worry about you know what the new hot topic is on all the gossip. Just try to go where you want to go, where you're gonna have a good time. It's like with the way it's blowing up and the way there's plenty of races to go to. There's plenty of stuff going on. There's plenty of action, but try to surround yourself around uh, the people that you're going to be able to enjoy yourself with. You know, it's just, but it's been happening down here too, man. Uh, over the last few years, the everybody dividing up and getting in groups and thinking that they have to be a part of a team to do anything and all this. It just divides everybody up and separates everybody even more. And so and that's coming from a guy that's sitting here that was one of the first guys to get a team and a group together. Like whenever we got Southern Street Racers together, it was about 8 or 9 of us, and we were just wanted to get a group of guys together to go racing and have fun. It wasn't about trying to compete and be better than this group or that group or this group. It was just something that we started to get some guys together and go racing and have fun and hang out. And, our family and friends could all hang out. And now, it's done got so competitive. Everybody just wants to be the big dog, and everybody wants to. And there's nothing wrong with being competitive. There's nothing wrong with trying to better yourself and better your program to win. We all, in racing, we all want to win. I mean, I used to race a whole lot, and it sucks losing. You want to try to do what you have to do to make yourself better, but you know, uh, we got to get back to just having fun, man.
yeah, yeah. And Chris, that's true, man. I mean, uh, you've only got so many spots that, and when you're setting up races, you got to think about location. You got to think about trucks and trailers. You got to think about cops. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you got to think about. People doing these races, you got to think about. And then, but if you can do all this stuff thinking about it, you got to plan for security, man. You got to have security. If you don't have security, just don't do the race. I mean,
Even if you got 6 cars out there,
yeah.
you need to have security.
If these guys, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? If you got guys that if you don't have faith in your security, or if you ain't got some, then you got to do it on your own. You got to have somebody that you can trust to have your back, because that could have been a whole lot worse, and that could have been. I mean, it could have made you really look bad. But you got to have security. Got to have security. And if you don't have security, then you got to do security on your own. If you're in the
Well,
race, if you're in the race and you're racing, you are you. I know it's a crapshoot, but man, I don't want to take a crapshoot. I've got too many licenses to lose to 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 do that. I mean, I'll do it, but you know, it,
it's a lot at risk, man. You know, it's one of the main things that Limpy taught me was,
he said he
you
wasn't
know,
invited this weekend, Chris. He said he didn't get invited this weekend, which was kind of weird. I don't know how. Kendall said he didn't get an invite, but how can you not invite one of the fastest guys in Kansas City? Well,
I don't know about the invite, but I mean, I know as us, we would love to race Kendall. Kendall's had our ass the last couple times we've raced, and we wanna gap him. That's all there is to it.
well, it sounds like y'all need to.
you wanna be the fastest. I mean, you want to at least see where you stand.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Dad's beat him once, and he's beat us 3 times now. So, I mean, he's had our number the last couple times, and that's the kind of people that we want to race, you know. And I don't know, like I said, I don't want to feed in all that stuff of who got invited and who didn't or whatever. But I'm just the kind of person where we want to see who's the fastest, and you can't see who's the fastest if not everybody's invited or whatever. So,
Yeah.
That's one of
What
the biggest arguments in Cash Day's history is people that didn't get invites.
and
You
I'll
know,
be the first
and
to
that's
tell you
something,
people.
and that's something that's always going to be around, dude. There's always going to be somebody that might get forgot about, or
I'm the world's worst.
it might have gotten capped off before they could get notice about it. Whatever. It's always going to be somebody that's pissed off that they didn't get invited. It's part of it. But if you got a guy, just for example, in with Grafton and Kenny and them doing races there, if they've invited Kendall and he didn't come in the past, then that might have been the reason why they didn't. There's always two sides to every story. But
absolutely.
if you're trying to get a race together and you want the baddest dudes there, you gotta hit him up and be like, hey, even if y'all don't get along, or if you gotta leave your personal feelings in your sock drawer at home when it comes to a race.
Especially if you're a race promoter. I know if you're racing in it, it's different. You gotta move over and let somebody else do it if you're racing in it, because
Yeah.
you can't have you can't have favorites when doing this stuff. I mean, you can have friends and stuff, but when the racing starts, especially as a flagger or a race promoter, you gotta have you gotta have some strong shoulders, and you gotta be unbiased. You got to be. You can't say,
Oh,
"Oh, well, I don't
dude.
like that. I don't like that guy. I'm gonna try to see if I can screw him." You don't. I mean, you tell yourself that, but you don't do that. You
There's
don't do
been
that.
plenty of races that I've done that I've sent invites to guys that I could have been in my feelings about some shit that they said about me, or some shit that they said about some of my boys, or whatever, but they still got the invite because they had a fast car.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean, you got to leave your personal feelings at home and just say, hey, these are the guys that I'm inviting. You got to keep it racing, man. You just got to keep it about racing. That's my opinion about it. Some other people might have other ways they like to handle things, but you know, that's just
Yeah.
the way. That's my take on it.
Yeah. And I know I didn't know there was two other group. There's another group in Kansas City.
Yeah. So the Waco guys and KCOR guys are the
KCOR.
two. Yeah. I think Jeremy Johns runs KCOR. And I don't know exactly who all's who. We're not locals, so I don't know exactly who's what groups what. But yeah, there's two groups down there, and there's every time we've been down there, I've always heard a little bit of drama from the people that we race with or whatever. But I try to stay out of all that. I don't care who you are. I'm gonna be your friend until you do me wrong. So I don't care what group you represent or who you're racing for, or who's your buddy or whatever the case may be. I mean, I'm gonna give everybody the benefit of the doubt. So
Yeah.
Right.
I think you kind of have to.
Right.
There's too many shitty people in the world nowadays. So.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out where this spot was, if I've been there before, and then Eric sent me this video, and I think I've been there before. We'll watch this video. Yeah, I think I've been to that road before. But that warehouse is new. I think the last time I was there, that warehouse wasn't there. But are they still working on that warehouse or something?
I don't know. I didn't really pay attention a whole lot. That was my first time ever being there. We've been down to Kansas City multiple times, and we've been all over, whether I was spectating or racing or whatever. I didn't mind the spot. The lanes were a little bit different. Right lane was a little bit slower than left, but from what I'm hearing now, that was probably one of the worst places to get caught. The lawyers were even saying that county doesn't mess around with that crap. So I hopefully nobody ever goes back street racing that spot, no matter the kind of good spot it is. Yeah, it was pretty sketchy at first. I mean, the road was cool. I liked it, but the location that it is, apparently it's in north part of Kansas City, and I guess they don't play around up there. So as we found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same way here with some areas, like there's great some of the baddest spots I've found around here. And we can't go there. We just can't go there because of the cops. We just can't. They're that bad. They're that.
What's up?
You just can't do it.
What's going on?
What up, dude? What up?
We got this guy down here. Oh, so
This guy.
So, when the cop, when the cop showed up, you jumped in the trailer. Stayed in the car.
Yeah, I just drove the car into the trailer, and then I held the brake, and then Courtney and Garrett jumped in the truck and threw the rest of the shit in, and then we forgot the hood was in the back of the truck, so Dallas grabbed the hood and jumped in the trailer and held the hood down on the car while we took off, and then I don't know, Garrett jumped some curbs and shit or something, and
hang on to your lug nuts.
Yeah, he jumped some curb, and fucking Dallas went flying from one side of that trailer to the other, hit the door, fell into a puddle of fucking prep. Like, it was all bad.
Oh man, I could just see them bounce around like it's a pinball.
Yeah, and then I guess we got to like the freeway on ramp, and one of the cops like blocked us and threw out spike strips or some shit. I don't know.
They planned that, dude.
They weren't playing around. They were upset.
Dal said he'll do it again. He'll do it again though.
Yeah, they were not happy, and I guess they were like telling Garrett and them that I can't believe you guys rammed a cop car, and man, from the way I'm understanding it, the dumb shit, and it looked like, for me, from the video I've seen, the dummy was down there with no lights on, and then like pulled in front of the guys in the shutdown. So like, what do you expect them to do?
That's what I looked like to me. I was like, was he just sitting there, or was there a side street or something? Or
he was either a retard or he thought differently about what type of cars were there.
Yeah, that's what Courtney said too. She thought maybe he thought they were like slow cars or doing sideshows or something, not cars rolling down through there at 130 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
So is that on the other side of the wall, or is that a different location?
Honestly, I don't really know. I'm not super familiar with the area. I know it's not far from Ryan's shop. It took like
Okay, all right.
10 or 15 minutes to get there from Ryan's shop.
I know. I
Yeah,
think
it's
I've
on the
been there
Missouri
before.
side, north of the river.
Yeah.
We weren't too far from the casino and another well-known spot, Century. We weren't too far from there either. So
Yeah, I know. I think I've been out there before, but it's been a couple years. I think it's been when Toby was still around. So I mean, because I think when we went out there before that everything was done, I think we didn't even we pulled in and was getting everything set up, and the cops rode in.
Hmm.
Yeah, I haven't been to it. It looked like I look like that stuff. The businesses on the right look familiar, but I'm old.
I've never been there.
I'm old. I ain't gonna
Yeah. I had never been there. They said it was virgin. The left lane had some rubber down. The right lane really didn't have anything. So I kind of thought it was going to be a 1-lane race. And the right lane came around. It actually took rubber pretty good. The right lane came around pretty fast. I made sure to do a big burnout. I was in right lane, I think second or third pair down. So,
Yeah, Jeff said he did. I guess he was in the right lane, and he said he pretty much he blew the whole lane off for everybody. I guess.
yeah, he hit the curb, and I don't know. He showed up on 28s. I don't know what he was doing. He's like, "Oh, I'm trying to test for 28s at a different race." I was like, "Then just go test. Don't show up to a 29 race on 28s, dummy."
And was it just me, or did Jeff line up out of the different make his own groove out of what everybody else was running?
That I'm not sure of.
Because when I looked at the video, first thing I seen was him hit the curb, and then I went back and rewinded it and watched it again, and it looked like everybody was getting up on the high side of that crown a little bit, and where he was at, where his burnout marks were, was over, and so I was like, damn, that probably had a lot to do with why it just sucked him in.
Yeah. Yeah, he said it. He said it started buzzing the tire, and then like I saw a pretty big spark show. I wasn't behind it though. I was watching it from the side. So
Nick said 29s are for pussies.
I guess I'm a pussy then.
Boy, here we go.
Oh boy. Well, y'all better get DFW people better get ready because we're going 28s a small tire. Just let y'all know.
I mean,
Yeah,
my whole thing is I'm just going to show up to whatever the rules are. If the rules say I can run 29.5s, I'm putting 29.5s on my car. I stretch the quarters on it for a reason.
And you're putting that bar on too if you want to do the bar.
Yeah, if it's allowed,
they don't say nothing about the bar.
Yeah, so I didn't see any rules for it, but I really didn't get a formal invite to this race. So we just showed up on a hope that we would get in, and they said we could get in, but I had to take the bar off. So we took it off and moved some weight around, and we're definitely not set up for it without the bar. We had the wrong front springs on, but I mean, we made do, and we just wanted to race, have some fun. And it turned out the car was actually pretty fast. I was kind of happy. Like, it worked pretty well.
Yeah.
That road surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be that fast.
Were you laughing at Eric's comment where he said 29.5 is a Texas tire?
Yeah. Not anymore. We're gonna change it.
I think we're changing ours too. I think it's just time to just change with the times.
So are we all going to go 28s? Like everywhere is 28s?
I mean, I used to be 28s was at the track, 29s was for streets, but hell, everybody's crying about that nowadays. So.
Yeah.
Me and
I don't
Libby
think
was
it matters
talking
what
about
you're
it.
going to do. You're never going to have
I'm just tired
everybody
of people having to
Exactly.
have 2 sets of tires or having to change tires. When
It's too much shit.
Just change
Yeah.
one. Just
we just stay on 28s wherever we go, whether it's a 29 race or not. We're just going to stay on 28s. It's just easier that way.
Well, it's easier on the racers too. It's easier on the racers too because a lot of guys have to change suspension. They have to change everything. It changes everything. Wow. So
I mean,
whoa.
You changing everything every weekend though anyway, depending on where you're going.
Hush, Eric. We're trying to do what's best for the people.
Now that's a low blow right there, Eric. I ain't gonna.
What did Eric say?
He said we're
Well,
voting
Jesus, y'all
Democrat or something.
voting for Democrats too now.
Wow.
Wow. Now, well, that guy down here is probably the only one that does it because he's probably still on the California.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
He's gonna change Kansas. He's gonna change Kansas now.
Yeah.
He moved though.
Yeah, I know. We need to be Kansas, Nate.
No.
Can I change your name? Let me see if I can change your name.
Nope. Cali Nate.
This doesn't even sound good.
It doesn't.
Oh wow!
It don't.
Here.
Oh
Looky
shit.
here.
I agree. 100%.
But yeah, me and Limpy talked about it on the way back from Georgia, man. It was when we were on our way back from Muncie. We talked about it, and it's sometimes you can't stay stuck in your old roots when things are changing so much. You have to change with the times on some things, And this is a situation where us as organizers, we can agree to make some changes to make it easier on the racers that are having to change back and forth. There's still a lot of guys are just saying to hell with it and running 28s no matter where they go, but there's still guys out there that are prepared to change back and forth, and so
and
so it'll be a lot easier on everybody, if we just decide to go to 28s. And
see, he's losing Kansas, not
Casey Nate, no.
Well, we've already changed your name. I don't know if you've even seen it down there yet, but we've already got you. We've already got you squared away.
He got you, bro.
Wow.
We got you squared away. So, when the cops showed up, you said that they threw spike strips in front of your truck or something?
Yeah, I guess. They threw spike strips in front of our truck when we were getting onto the freeway.
Fucking Need for Speed Most Wanted shit.
Damn.
Man.
It was crazy.
Courtney's not sure if they did, but somebody said they saw it behind us or something. I don't know. We were in the trailer, man.
Witchy titty Nate.
And there was like spilled bottles of methanol and spilled bottles of prep, and like the vent was closed. Dude, it was so strong in that trailer. Oh my God.
Damn.
I about passed out. I had to open the door when we were moving a couple of times to let some air in. It was bad.
No wonder fucking Dallas was all over there. He probably couldn't see her. He was probably high. Well,
He's probably lightheaded from all the fumes.
No, Dallas wasn't definitely high, but he might have been feeling it.
Then we were rolling down the road and he was strapping the car down when we were rolling, and like the car was bouncing and fucking squishing him and shit. Like he's the MVP on that deal.
Yeah.
Damn. Shout out to Dallas,
guy right there.
Oh, shout out to Dallas for coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Being a soldier.
They pulled a gun on your dad?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. They were full super trooper. They were pissed off. They wouldn't even let him take his helmet off. They made him throw his phone on the ground. They were dicks. So they wouldn't let me shut the bottles off in the car. They wouldn't let me shut the power off. They wouldn't let me do anything. That one cop, he was being a real big pain in the ass. So yeah, he pulled a gun and Dad said it was just like in the movies. The dude was behind the door, scared to death for his life. Like we're gonna fucking shoot him or whatever. But yeah, had a gun pulled out on him and everything.
Well, though, in his defense, all the sideshow shit, I understand we don't do sideshow shit, but like the sideshow shit has ruined it for a lot of stuff. Yeah. So, cops are on edge because, they're getting shot at and they're getting rammed, and then the guy hits him down at the big end, but he didn't hit him on purpose. It just was one of those deals where the cop rolled up with no lights on like a dumb shit. And then he's he's literally in the middle of the shutdown. I'd say he was maybe 300 feet or 200 feet past the shutdown.
Yeah, that's what Dad said, 300-400 feet. He couldn't really judge. He was just worried about trying to get stopped in time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't blame the cops. They're doing their job. That's what they're paid to do. And it sucks. And that's what I told one of the cops whenever I went down there to talk to him. You guys got a really difficult job, and I see where you're coming from. But we're not like the dumb shit kids that go out and are shooting places up and doing donuts in the middle of the interstates and everything else. So I think they realize that afterwards, but
yeah. So Garrett and Courtney, when they got pulled over, they asked for their license and stuff. but like didn't get a ticket, nothing. They just let us go.
Yeah, I've seen some are getting. I don't know. Jack got.
So
He posted up. Jack got a ticket, or some other people got some spectator. I don't know if they're
so
spectating tickets or.
a couple of guys in like a red Impala, I think they were doing some filming. They got a street racing ticket, and literally they were just driving down the freeway.
They can probably get out of that if they go to court.
So
Wow.
Yeah, I know the
So-
cop came back bragging to us, saying that everybody he pulled over, they got tickets, whether they were doing something or not.
Yeah.
And I was told that
I guess we got lucky then because we didn't get
Yeah.
anything.
I was down there the whole time with the cops, and one of the cops, he was trying to give me and the people I was with tickets, and the other cops like, no, they've already dealt with enough shit. So, yeah.
Yeah. It was him and Jack that got that ticket. Wow. Man.
I know when they handed out tickets at my big race that I had that one year, they were able to go to court and they threw it out. You know, they kind of did the same thing, and the couple of guys that did go to court and didn't pay it, they just threw it out because there was no proof that they were. Because luckily, whenever the cops showed up that day, everybody was off the road and by their trailers. But they tried to do the same thing. They tried to write them street racing tickets, and so the ones that did go to court said that they just threw it out. The cops that wrote the tickets wasn't even there that day in court. So
Yeah, when we got pulled over,
How many police race or street races you go to? There's a fucking an airplane parked out there. There's
Man, that was just
there's a freaking an airplane parked out there. I mean, at a street race.
that was just God given, man.
yeah, in Arizona.
That was just God given that day. We were out there and the freaking crop duster dude just doing stunts for us. That was funny. It was a good moment. But that was the first thing the cops were tripping out about when they came in that day was they stopped at the plane and was just standing there looking at the plane like, what the hell are they doing out here? But you know, you got to remember that was during COVID, like when everybody was getting shut down too. Like they wanted everybody to stay at home. And the biggest thing the cops were pissed off about that day was that we had a crowd bigger than 50 people. You know, they had that deal where if you had more than 50 people, you know, it was a big thing. So it was just a shock to them that we had, you know, 500 people out there on a farm road in Mississippi doing crazy street racing stuff, you know. But back to the ticket thing, I mean, some of those guys that got tickets for street racing can probably go and probably get those thrown out, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, I don't know how they can give street racing tickets whenever they don't catch anybody. I mean, there was a bunch of tickets the last time I was down in Kansas City thrown out. Like a bunch of spectators got them, and people that had they weren't even doing anything. They all got street racing tickets. I don't understand how you can get a street racing ticket whenever nobody was caught in the act. I mean, I know this time there was, but I don't know. It just seems kind of crazy to me. I think it's all just a money grab at this point.
100%.
That's what it's all about.
Get that revenue.
That's what it's all about, man.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's almost cheaper just to pay the dang ticket than fight it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you miss work, and then you go down there and you do everything, and then they want you to come back, and then you got to miss another day's work. And
well, Dallas tried to just pay it, and they wouldn't let him. He has to show up.
Oh shit!
So he has to drive. It's like now he's going to be 6 hours, 3 hours there and back. So 6 total just to go down to pay a fine basically, or get it thrown out or whatever. But he tried to pay it, he said, and they wouldn't let him pay it.
Yeah. I feel bad for him. He got one the last time we were out, and now another one. That just sucks.
Spectating a sideshow.
Damn. Eric said that spectator tickets cost more than the damn racing tickets.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn. That's
we didn't get anything, so I don't know what's going to happen with us.
Yeah, I did hear him talk, which I don't know if it's true or not. They were saying something about everybody that they took information down was going to get one in the mail. I do know that they took some people's license, and they said that they'll get a ticket in the mail whenever they get their license back. So whether that's true or
Yeah,
not, I
that's
don't really know.
He hid in the trailer. He
that's
didn't
what
get. He couldn't get one. He was hiding in the trailer.
right. We were locked in the trailer. Like when we got pulled over, I locked the trailer door so they couldn't get in it.
Damn.
So,
Y'all
but
in
I
there.
mean, I don't know how you get a ticket without getting a ticket on the spot, kind of deal. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know
it's just
Jeff said
like
that they locked themselves into they moved their truck into, I guess, to a door or whatever, and just got in the camper and locked it. And they said they never
yeah.
did. Oh, they never did open the door when they locked on the door.
Well, I'll tell you something shady. So, you know, as he was getting arrested and the car was getting impounded, I was down there and I was like, all right, well, how much is it going to be to bail him out? Because we were thinking it was going to be an ungodly amount. And we were trying to come up with, you know, 4,000 or 5,000 cash. And the cop was like, it's going to be $400. Cool, we got that. He went to the station. He had his wallet, and the cop asked him how much money he had in his wallet. He's like, I don't know, a couple $100. He's like, well, you got a little bit more than that. He had $644 in his wallet. They upped the bail to $600 just because that's what he had in his wallet.
Wow.
Dirty motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah.
Dirty.
I was like, man, that's fucked up. But what can you do at that point, you know?
Freeway pirates, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that is some pirate shit.
It is.
Damn it.
I mean, I understand we're doing some. I know we're breaking the law. We take that risk, but I mean, fuck, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be out doing worse things. Could be out, you know, doing a whole lot
Exactly.
worse, in my opinion.
We could be out doing donuts in the intersections with hanging out the window with RPGs and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all have seen this, but there was there he is. What happened? I don't know what happened. But this is pretty good right here. This is a news deal.
They've heard from us. Scott, as we've been hearing throughout the show, there have been these different evolutions of street racing over the years, and you've been in this world for a long time. Where do you see all of this headed down the road here in Southern California?
Well, you have both sides of the coin. We obviously like the alternative, but the enforcement is out there just as well. And with more and more deaths, and I'm telling you, it's not the hardcore street racers that are causing these deaths. You never hear about them, you never see them. They're so deep underground and way out that you don't know it's them. It's the people that are the Fast and Furious generation and who watch Street Outlaws and decide to go out right after they watch Street Outlaws, who create the havoc. It's not the hardcore street racers causing the problems. They like to be left alone and lay low, and it's their own underground world.
Just a few moments left here. I just want to pick up on something you said. You visit people in hospitals. When they have that experience of, I almost died doing this,
Yes.
Does that change things for folks?
Sometimes.
Well, shit.
Hey,
I
somebody
hope so.
needs to send that guy a T-shirt or something, man.
Right?
I wish everybody thought like that.
I know.
Hey, and believe it or not, he was from Kansas Nate's old state,
Damn.
California.
Damn.
You're just on one today, aren't you, Limpy?
I'm
Yeah.
always on one, brother. I'm always
That's
on one.
true.
Man.
That's true.
I'm living life, man, like there's no tomorrow, and
That's true.
that's just the way it is. You gotta.
Hey,
have
I
fun.
should have got the news clip from Memphis, Fox News Memphis, where that went viral, where they were down there in front of the fuel refinery doing donuts with hanging out the windows with RPGs and AKs and shit.
Oh,
A whole bunch of them just out there, Chargers and Challengers, just round and round. And when I first seen the video, I was like, "What in the hell?" And the more I looked at it, I said, "Damn, that's right down the road." God bless, man. I'm like, "What in the hell?" No bullshit. And these were young guys, hanging out the windows. One of them had an RPG, bro, like some real Rambo-looking type shit.
That's
That's
wild.
natural selection at its finest.
But that's why the
Right.
cops don't. But that's why the cops don't mess with them down there. They just let them. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to go down there and get their freaking car blown
Yep.
up by a rocket launcher.
Right?
Like, I don't
Fucking
know.
Wild,
I
Wild
think
West.
that this was about a year ago. I think within the last year they've cracked down a lot. To be honest with you, And you don't see it happening a whole lot as much as it did. I mean, knock on some wood, just in case, because it has kind of calmed down a little bit, but we'll just see how it goes.
So, has anybody addressed the? I wasn't listening to anything. I was working. I thought I was coming on earlier. So,
You're still on that Pacific time.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I was just working.
If I say 7:30, that means Central Time.
Yeah, but
I don't know what that is. That'd
you
be
didn't. You didn't.
5:30.
You said 6:30.
Oh, you'll be able to pull up my. I can pull up my messenger. You want me to?
Anyway, so I think a lot of this could have been avoidable this last weekend if we had security in place too.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier before you got on.
Okay.
I mean, we had a big discussion about security and how important it is, and it's so critical, man, to have all bases covered when you're doing this stuff. I mean,
I mean, I
we
know
all know the risk, but I mean,
right.
If you don't have somebody there, it don't matter how many. Yeah, I mean, it don't matter how many ways they can get in. You got to have somebody watching.
Right, and at least if we would have had a heads up, hey, there's cops coming. We could have stopped them from going. I mean, we still would have got rolled up on, but at least they wouldn't have been making a pass.
Yeah, not in the act.
Probably would have still all got tickets and everything, but at that point, it all could have
going to jail
prevented for the most part. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right, and you never know. I mean, at that point, the cops may have been chiller. They might not have been so mad. Like one cop rolled up and been like, "All right, man, you guys got to go," and then we load up and leave. But because they got hit, then it turned into a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
So I mean, I heard there was like cops all over the freeways. Like, I mean, it was like deep. Like there was 20, 30 cops out.
Yeah,
they had enough time to get a plan.
Yeah, I seen probably every bit of 15 to 20 cars running down the road as you guys were leaving. It was ridiculous.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I know they shut one freeway down. I do know that.
Wow.
So it was. Is this a municipal? Is this? I know it's it's not like a major city, but I'm sure it's a sub. But I'm sure cop getting hit or whatever. I mean, I'm sure all hands on deck after that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they made it sound way worse. One of the guys was saying that they hit him head on and everything else, and I think they made it sound way worse than it actually was.
That's what. So when we got pulled over, they had Garrett out of the car, and they're like, "What the fuck, you guys ramming into police cars for?" And Garrett didn't even answer. Because I mean, we didn't ram into anybody. We didn't know that anything like that happened. I thought maybe one of the spectators rammed into a car trying to get away. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't know it was y'all's car until I was in the group chat. I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, I didn't know until I walked down there, and it was so insignificant that I walked up to the cop, and he's all pissed off, and I'm like, "What's the deal? Can I take the car back to the trailer or something?" And he's like, "No, he fucking hit me." And I'm like, "What? Where?" And then I want to be like, "Well, why the fuck were you in the middle of the road, dude? Like, that's kind of common sense, but I don't know. I didn't want to make it any worse." So,
why in the hell would you pull out in front of them?
Yeah.
And that goes back to what we talked about earlier. Either the dude was just an idiot, or he thought that it was probably some younger guys in the damn slower cars where he could just pull out and make them stop, and didn't realize that you guys were going that fast.
Yeah, the biggest problem I have is, he watched them pull out on the road. He watched them do their burnouts. He watched them back up, and that's, a 2-minute process, and instead of doing it then and there, he waited until they got down to the finish line, and it all sucks. It all could have been prevented. I mean, he could have wrote the same amount of tickets as he did whenever, but I mean, in my opinion, he was the one that caused the crash. Granted, yeah, we were doing illegal stuff, but at the end of the day, like, they're supposed to be held to a higher standard and
Right. Two wrongs.
prevent
Two wrongs.
crimes.
Yeah. Two wrongs don't make a right, for sure.
Yeah.
He's probably a rookie.
Gave him a
Probably a
ticket for no
rookie
headlight.
cop trying to flex his muscle and pull out in front of some people.
And that's how we found out that he was down there watching us the whole time, because we're like, we turned the headlights on. We have video proof of that. And he's like, no, you didn't have headlights on whenever you pulled out on the road. I was like, so you were down there watching. That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh. So, y'all knew that there was no security.
No.
No.
Y'all didn't know?
Y'all didn't know there was no security?
No.
Damn.
Oh. That makes a difference.
Yeah.
I guess y'all found out when the cops looked y'all ass up, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, cops show up with or without security, but the security is there.
Not in the shutdown.
Right. The security is there to prevent what happened at the end of the race. With you guys running into the cop car. Like, that's what the security is there for. But when there's no security, it's not going to do anything. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, Dalton, you said that right. You didn't ask, but you're going to a top tier place that puts on races. You just expect it.
Expect it.
That goes back to what I said earlier.
Yeah, I mean, you just expect it. I mean, like I said, people, I've showed up at races and had people dip out on security. I'm doing security and someone else is flagging the race. I'm not letting these guys, all my family, race with no security because of something like that. That's just
right.
It's the most important. It is.
It's the most important. It's the most important aspect of the race is security.
Like, I've been saved by security probably 3 or 4 times. Like, I know for a fact in Dallas, I was in Mamba and I was getting ready to make a buy, and I pulled out and I fired up, and like, security calls and said, shut it down. I shut it down. And then they said, okay, it's clear. I fired it up. I swear they just heard me because I was in Mamba with the blower deal.
Yeah.
And they heard me, and security calls again. Hey man, they're coming. And we got it up on the trailer, and like, we brought it open, and I drove it up on the trailer, and I had everybody throw everything in the back of the truck, and I stayed in the car, and we just dipped out. And security saved me there for sure.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm preaching to the choir here, people, but security. I mean, they're there to cover your backs, but that's it. I mean, they're not your get out of jail free card. I mean, they're just.
It's the number one.
Right.
It is the number one most important thing, and
right.
no matter how bad you want to get that race done, as an organizer, you want to get it done. Everybody's safety is more important than that. It's more important than getting that race done.
Yeah.
Like, it's more important than being able to say we did a cash days. You have to look at the big picture here.
Well, I mean, and that's another thing. It's like, every weekend there's another race. Like, every single weekend there's a cash days. Every single weekend, like, it's like so overpopulated, I guess you would say. Like, there's just
no prep things.
We talked
about that every weekend.
We talked about that earlier, Nate. It was one of the topics that I brought up, where the sport. Everybody talks about the sport growing with no prep. Well, it's the same thing with street racing, and every day or every week you see it week in and week out. Everybody's trying to do the same thing, but there's certain people that that are trying to do this stuff, and they don't know.
They don't understand.
They don't know the little things that are the most important part to putting on street races.
Right.
They think that they can just get some guys together and go out to a spot, and it's easy. We'll just get out there and throw a flashlight up in the air and get it in. No, it's more than that. You have to go.
Yep.
You have to do your homework. You got to go scout these spots out. You got to go make sure, see what the traffic's like during that time of night. You have to make sure that there's sprinklers that ain't going to come on in the middle of your damn race. I mean, there's so many little bitty things that I've learned riding around with this guy just in the last 5 years that helps me that has helped me put on races, and I still don't take any chances. Even after all the races I've done, I still treat each one like it's my very first one, dude. And that's what these other
Yeah.
guys have to realize. They have to realize that
Yep.
it don't matter if you got 5 cars and you're just going to play, or if you've got 40. It's the same
Well,
damn thing.
and unfortunately, like Kenny's been around long enough, he knows that too. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he was around with Toby, and Toby was taught by Limpy on how to do it. And like I'm not knocking him, but like we shouldn't be racing without security.
Well, Kenny made a comment earlier. We had this conversation earlier, like,
Yeah, we
and
were
he
saying
apologized.
we weren't
Yeah.
bashing or anything. This ain't a
Yeah.
this
No,
ain't a
I'm not.
bashing live feed.
No, I'm not.
They made a mistake. They made a
Right.
mistake,
I'm
and he
not.
said
I'm not bashing him.
no. He got on there. He got on here earlier, and was like, he apologized. He said it won't happen again. It was a mistake. And so that's was the whole thing. The reason why we wanted to do this was to try to just get the information out there
Yep.
to all these other guys, just to show them that, hey, if you don't cover your bases, it's the type of shit that happens. And
Mm-hmm.
and fortunately, this guy, Chris and his dad, come out okay. Could have been a whole lot worse, bro. It could
It
have
could
been
have
so
been
much
real
worse.
bad.
And so this is why we're trying to put so much, shine so much light on it. And so a lot of these other guys out here that are trying to do this shit will understand that the importance of it. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
And it
it
and
just,
Tyson, it's not even about that kind of pot or anything. It's just the right thing to do. I mean,
Yeah.
right.
I've had guys show up for I think it was like 8 cars or something like that, and somebody flaked out. I'm doing security. It's just the way it is. I've gone out of town. I've gone to Kansas City, and they had some people fall out, and I said I'll do security, and Toby was like, "No, hell no." But I'm there if y'all need me. I'm wherever I go, people. I ain't got to do anything. I can watch on
Well,
back. Just easy.
it's like the first time we went to Salisal and we were trying to play a little bit the night before. We were all up there getting together trying to figure things out. Somebody had to go to the top of the hill and watch out for traffic and cops coming from over there. And I was one of the first ones to raise my hand. And I was like, I'll go up there. Give me a radio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole time we were out there doing some crazy shit, because that was some crazy shit that night. But I mean, I still went up there and sat my ass up there and watched out, because somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to
Yep.
freaking do it. I
And
mean,
that's
Just
cool
like
of you, because a lot of people don't like doing security. A lot of people are going to miss out on the race or whatever else. And I can only imagine how hard it is to find security, but at the end of the day, it's definitely needed.
right.
right,
It's
right.
just like the guy at the shop that pushes the broom. It's still a job. It's got to get done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
What is it? What's that saying? That I don't care if you're the janitor or the CEO. I'm still going to treat you the same. You
Yep.
Yeah.
know, and security is might be a janitor, but he's definitely the CEO part of the whole
Well,
plan.
I mean, at the end of the day, like security is one of the most important parts of what we do for
They're
this
definitely the
situation that
backbone.
we had last night or the other night.
yeah,
Yep.
So,
yeah.
But lesson learned, people. I mean,
yep, for
I mean,
sure.
I mean, you just expect that there be security. I mean, I would have expected there to be security,
Right.
Yeah. I didn't
especially.
even
Well,
think about
that's
Well,
asking the question,
and I've been to other races that Kenny's done, and they had security.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't even like second. I didn't even ask. I didn't even think about it because they've done races and they've had security. So I was like, okay, cool. We're going to a legit deal. Like they know what the fuck they're doing, and it was just like he said. He apologized, and it won't happen again. And
Yeah.
hopefully we
well,
all learn from it. And
yeah.
I mean, from me, from my aspect of it, uh, I don't know. I got a little wound up earlier, but and I'm gonna try not to get wound up again. But when you take pride in what you've done, I mean, I've done this shit for 30 years, people, and I take pride in it. I take pride in everything that I do, and you can't go out and have fucking cock like that. You just can't. You just
yeah,
cannot. And these guys mean more to me than anything, and I'm not going to go half cocked like that.
Well, it goes back to what I said earlier when we were discussing all this, and I'll say it again now that Nate's in here. I mean, the thing about it is when you get invited to a top tier place, whether it be Limpy, Wyco, me, James Colbert, Richard, people know there's a reputation there. We all use the same system. We have for
Mm-hmm.
years. And so people know what they're getting into. They know what they're buying into, and they know what to expect, and they don't mind driving hours away because they're
24 I
confident.
used to.
They're confident that those guys are going to cover the bases, make sure we're good, and do the best they can, and we're all going to roll the dice and try to have a good time. That's just
Yep.
the way it is. But
Yep.
in this case, that's why it hurt my feelings so bad and got me fired up. It was because I've always bragged about those guys, and they've always done such a good job. And so, you know, this is just a learning experience for them that they can't make this mistake again because they have a reputation to uphold, and this just makes it causes trust issues. At the end of
Yeah.
the day, it causes trust issues at the end of the day. And so you don't want that as an organizer. You don't want racers not trusting in you. And so, they'll bounce back. I know Kenny and them will. They'll bounce back from this. They'll learn from it. They'll continue to try and do some things. I know they might have to lay low till it cools off a little bit. But, it's unfortunate, but you have to just learn from it and move on, But at the end of the day, that's why I and Limpy both had some emotions about it because, man, we bragged all the time about them guys up there. And to see something like that, it was just kind of like,
It's a slap in the face, man. It's a slap in the
yeah,
face to me. I mean, I don't know
it
about
was
Matt, but
disappointing. It was
yeah, it's a
disappointing.
slap in the face, and then I'm fucking disappointed. Rolly, I'm surprised you didn't know about this, but here you go, Rolly. Here you go. Check this out. Cop was hit, felony, hit whatever. Man was killed.
Yeah, 4 tickets
Got
so far, still
this guy's
pending.
father right here, down here.
Yeah.
Chris. So, no security. That's about it. So there you go. You're caught up. There's the front run. Oh, and Rocky Harrell won again for number 11.
Rocky.
11 in a row.
I'm glad you brought him on, man. I'm glad
Yeah.
you brought him on. He deserves it. Them guys have been working really hard on their program, and they're good dudes. So I'm glad you brought him on. He needed that little bit of a little pat on the back there.
Yeah. Yeah, really. He had it was Chris's dad. He got was arrested, car impounded, put in jail, had to bail out. They just got the car back. What you said today?
Today, yeah, they wouldn't let us have it yesterday, so they went down to Kansas City today and got it. So,
And how
I'm
far
glad
is
y'all
out
got
of
it
that?
back.
How tore up is it?
it's really not bad at all. It's got a hole in the front bumper and it's scratched up down the side of it, and then the tires are flat spotted. But the car is really not bad at all. We plan on trying to race it this weekend. We got a point series that we're racing in, and so we're going to race it this weekend as long as we can get some tires and stuff in. But yeah, no, it's not bad at all. We got fortunate enough for that. So
Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good because I was telling Chris, I was like, man, they're probably not going to get that car back.
I didn't think so either. I thought
If he hit the car, if he hit the cop, they're going to try to freaking just.
yeah, and they tried. They tried. If it wasn't for the one cool cop that we had down there, they were going to seize it. But
Man.
I think we had a car guy that was down there, and he's like, "No, we're not going to let you seize it. We're gonna just let you impound it, and you guys can go get it." So that was definitely cool of them.
Yeah,
That's good.
Good deal on that for sure. Because I know a couple of years back, it got so bad in Memphis, man. It was they were impounding cars and crushing them. I mean, you was not getting it back. But it was a lot of the guys that were down there doing donuts and doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't directed towards us, even though it was. But it's one of those deals where whenever I heard about it, I was like, damn. I was like, man, they probably won't get the car back. So I'm glad he got his car back.
Yeah, no, that's what we were fortunate enough. The tow truck driver, I tried offering him $2,000, guns, whatever, just to drop it off because I was afraid we weren't going to get the car back. And that tow truck driver, he wouldn't take nothing, man. We tried doing everything we could, and I was like, well, is at least going to go to a safe location? And they're like, yeah, we'll make sure. They put it inside, and the tow truck company that they dealt with Monday were awesome. They had nothing but nice things to say. They actually gave him a lawyer's number to call as well. The company itself was really cool. So
that's good. Some of those tow companies are fucking shady, man.
Mm-hmm.
You won't get your car back, or you'll get it back with no motor in it.
Yeah, that's what he didn't know how to put it in neutral. So I went and helped him. At that point, the asshole cop was gone. So the good cop let me go over there and help him put it in neutral. And I shut the bottles off and was able to shove some rags down the carburetor to make sure, not a bunch of shit got in there. So
that's good.
The tow truck company was definitely easy to deal with. I was kind of worried because I heard horror stories. That's why I was like, man, if we can get him to drop it off around the corner and I can load this thing up, we at least don't have to deal with it. But it was definitely a nice surprise that they were able to deal with.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm just glad that you guys got it back, and sounds like it didn't cost too much to get it back.
I'm actually surprised.
Yeah, I don't even know what it cost, honestly, to get it back. But thank you again. I wanted to tell you whenever we got to Ameristar, but you already gone at that point. But thank you for donating. That means a lot for sure. So
absolutely, man. Least we can do.
Shout out to you guys for helping them guys out, man.
Yep.
I mean, that's what it's all about, trying to help each other. And I think Chris said that Kenny and them, the Kansas City guys, got a GoFundMe going, and
Yeah, Tom Gartman started that, and there's been a bunch of people. Yeah, there's been a bunch of people that's already donated, and like I said, we appreciate everything. We're not people that ask for money, and we hate taking any kind of money. I don't know what the lawyer fees. The one lawyer said that he's wanting $5,000 minimum, and that's just a start. And he said that he still might lose his job. He's probably going to lose his CDL, but they might keep him out of jail. I don't know. They're even talking jail time. So we'll see. We'll just play it by ear. He's going to keep talking to some lawyers and try to get something figured out. Hopefully that lawyer was just trying to scare us, but it's kind of surreal, But at the end of the day, we knew what we were doing, and that's just part of it. So I don't plan on street racing.
Well, it might not hurt to just get a second opinion, from another attorney.
Absolutely,
That guy might work with the justice system in some kind of way or something,
Yeah.
That's a fact right there. That's a fact.
Yeah, thank you. I seen that you donated as well. Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
That's a fact.
So, yeah, it's just a crappy situation all around, but we'll make it through it, and we'll be back out eventually. I don't think anytime soon. We're gonna have to wait to see how all this pans out, but.
Well, you guys are always welcome down south, man.
I'm just bummed. I'm just bummed we didn't get to finish it, because of all that shit. You know what I mean? It would have been cool for us. It would have been cool for us to be in the finals again.
Absolutely, we were wanting a rematch, man. You kicked our ass the last time.
Yeah, this time I didn't have the bar on either.
Well, yeah, that's what Mom was saying. She was talking shit about being the pussy bar, and she was glad you didn't have that. So we were wanting a rematch.
Yeah, it would have been good. You guys were rolling out good.
Thank you, I appreciate it. It means a lot from somebody like you to say that. Well, I mean, you're one of the fastest in the country, I would consider, and it's definitely nice to be able to know that we're a bunch of nobodies from North Missouri that can halfway compete,
That's the thing, though. You ain't a nobody. You're out there racing just like me. Just because I went on some fucking TV show don't make me any better than you.
I'm not saying the TV show. I'm just saying, you're fast everywhere you go. So it's definitely a nice knowing that, we can halfway compete. I don't think that we are able to go out and just be the fastest by no means, but yeah. I was wanting to finish it. I was wanting to know how it was going to turn out.
Yeah.
Your car was rolling. It looked fast.
We figured it out.
Go ahead.
We figured it out the second round, but like from about 150 feet on, it was on 7 cylinders.
Oh shit!
It knocked the spark plug wire off. So I basically, my second round pass was basically it was the same tune up for third round really, and I just stuffed the button that time, and it took it, and it was fast. Like it was fast. I was surprised that I was able to go that fast on that road.
Yeah, we were worried because our right lane hit. I looked at the draggy after the cops finally let me have his phone. I was like, shit. We were turning it down. We were turning it down all night. We were going faster and picking it up, but the road was definitely tricky. That's for sure.
Yeah, it had a bump at about 250, 300 feet out. Like right after, for me, it was like right after I'd click into high gear. There was a pretty good bump, and it moved me around the first pass, and I actually like kind of pedaled a little bit through there, not like off and on, just kind of rolled on and off it a little bit. And it was a little tricky. Nick said he felt it, and he kind of pedaled through there too. It was a pretty decent sized bump, and it's just narrow. The road was super narrow.
Absolutely.
So
it ain't narrower than the food.
Bro.
No, it's not. It's not. But the food don't have a curb to ride either.
Oh shit.
Okay, I got you.
So there was curbs. There was telephone poles. No, I know.
Dirt,
I know.
Dirt. What y'all got out there in the food? Is that like peanut shells or
dirt?
Cashew shells?
Yeah.
And cashew shells and.
I've hit birds out there.
We're gonna have to get you down to Mississippi, Nate.
I've been there. I've raced there.
No, you ain't raced. You ain't raced at Pea Patch.
That's like the foo. That's racing that like the foo. It's about as narrow as the foo.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, I've been to like 3 or 4 spots in like Memphis and.
This is south.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Go a little bit further south. Some of the old spots we used to go to down there in the Delta.
Gotcha.
That make a man.
I'm gonna have to do another race down there. You know, I haven't done a race out there since the big one. I just I need to get some guys together and going out there, but that road will make a man out of you for sure.
Yeah, that's
Nate's familiar with them little.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I was just saying, like,
so our road in Tulare called the Foo, and then the road in Kingman in Arizona. Them two motherfuckers are crowned and narrow as fuck.
Yeah.
And they are a party because they're fast. Like the Foo's fast. I've been 20s on 29s there, and that road is fast for as skinny as it is, with as bad as the crown is too. Because the 60 foot is so good. Like you can 60 foot like into the 20s there, but then it's just junk after that, and you're just kind of along for the ride, man. It's a party.
Yeah. I'm gonna do another race on the Pea Patch. I don't know when, but I do want to go back and have a reunion race there. It's been almost 4 years, I think, since I put a race on out there. It's been a little over 3 years, I think.
Wow.
It's been a while. Time flies, man, when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Jet. I know. Where does it go? He was asking about scanners. I know
some
DFW
of them you can, I think.
DFW they're all encrypted. Everything's encrypted. I used to do the scanners back in the day, and we had all the channels. We had Air One. We had everything. We had all kinds of, but everything's encrypted now. So, and plus everything's on either cell phone. Hello, check.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Am I there, or did I lose you?
No, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, I thought
you
said you couldn't hear me. I was like, oh boy. But yeah, everything's encrypted here. Everything's encrypted here. That's why I have security lined out, because I ain't got ears on a scanner, so I got to put security out.
Right.
We used a scanner before. I don't know. It's been a while, but I know some of the places around here in Mississippi, it's they're still using. We can still pick them up on scanners. I don't think they've upgraded yet.
It also depends on the area that you're in too.
Yeah.
How backwoods hillbilly it is, or what?
Yeah, it's country country down here, and then you're about 20 minutes from the city, so you got both. I mean, I love going to Memphis, dude. It's my favorite place to go. Favorite street to go to. I mean, not favorite place to go. City. I hate. Only reason why I go there is to work there, but but as far as streets go, man, I love going down there to Rivergate, and it just we can't go out there unless it's morning time anymore. It's gotten so bad. It's gotten so bad on Friday and Saturday nights. You just can't.
We went to a street where you sit. So you park up on the hill. I think it's called Cargill.
Yeah.
That road was so fucking fast. Oh my God. Like I hit this one, the Z had nitrous on it. I left on 700 and it took every bit of it.
That's like that's West Memphis. That's like,
it's close to
that's across the bridge. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And it's kind of a cool spot because you park up on the hill where the company is, a Cargill company, and then you come down the little road and then you race right out in front. And that concrete was so fast. Oh my God. It was crazy fast.
Yeah. I don't like going over there, man, just because it's like literally right down the road from the damn police station.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go over there and test. It's a perfect place to go test. Perfect place.
They showed up. They weren't very happy with us. They asked who was in charge, and JJ was there, and a whole bunch of other people were there, and like they all ignored him. And then my buddy Kelly, he we were from California, and Kelly's like, well, I guess I'm in charge. And the cop like looks, he's like, bro, you're from California. Who's in charge? And Kelly's like, I guess I'm the one falling on the sword tonight, man. I'm in charge.
That sounds like something he would do.
Yeah.
I miss him. I haven't seen him since, the last time I seen him was first time I met you, I think. Or no, the second time I met you. It was in Kansas City when he came the second time.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen him in a while, man.
Yeah, those were good times. Those were such cool races. Man, I drove 30 damn hours to come street racing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's talking about Alabama. I'm sure Alabama's still on suicide watch after Texas come in there and kicked their ass this weekend.
Here we go with this shit.
Did I say that out loud? I don't know. It's the foosball, people. It's the foosball.
Look.
Oh man.
He's been rubbing it in ever since Saturday.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I had to some dude had to come up and tell me, and I was like,
the guy that put the race on is a Tennessee fan. So
no, it wasn't him. It was just the dude with the Toyota LS.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was Justin that come over there and got you the radio, man. I seen he was a Tennessee fan. God, here we go. God bless.
Oh man. Well, Nate, what's next for you?
We're going to Wyoming this weekend.
Wyoming, where the men are men and the sheep are scared.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Joey Anton's got a race up there where they block the street off. It's on a street, but it's not a real deal street race, but it's it's on the street, so that's where we're going. And then just working and gonna go test tomorrow. We're gonna go.
Seeing that you're pretty busy at the shop, though. I mean, that can't.
Yeah.
I guess the move really, the move really made you really busy, huh?
Well, I mean, I was busy in California, but the problem is I was always out here. So I had to really slow down what I did at the shop in California because I was always out here. Well, then when I moved out here, now I'm able to work 4 or 5 days a week and go race because I'm closer to all the races. So, I mean, the move hasn't been bad. So it's been nice.
Are you fully moved in where you're at? Or are you still got stuff to do?
No, I mean, I still have another load to do. But as far as like a house and all that stuff. Like we're moved into the house. Courtney's moved into the house with me. Like we're like turnkey. The shop's turnkey. Like,
It's tough. It's tough moving, man. It's tough to
it
move.
is,
that far
especially
away. That far.
that far away. And then I had to move Courtney too. So like she moved from Tennessee. So like, man, I moved from two different spots
How many
basically.
times have you come through here and you haven't come and seen me? How many times?
Man, why you got to put me on blast like that, man?
I'm just saying. You've probably literally
Man.
drove right by my house. You've probably literally drove right by my house.
Well, I can tell you that she lived in Clarksville, so I don't know how far away that is from you.
Yeah, you drove like right by my house, bro.
Oh man,
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right, bro.
He knows where he stands with you.
I'm sorry. Wow.
Yeah, man. Could have hit me up. I could have took you somewhere and had best steak you've ever eaten in your life, bro.
Now hold on, bud. I don't think that's possible. Limpy, you wanna interject on this?
I haven't had a chance to prove him wrong yet, but he's gonna find out too.
There ain't a better steak. There is not a better steak than the steak that Limpy's eaten.
Oh, yeah.
The one out west.
Have you found it locally? Have you found it locally yet?
You can get that cut at any like slaughterhouse or whatever. It's called a fillet tail.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
It is the most delicious cut of meat you will ever eat. It like
you gotta cook it past rare though. I like my shit rare, but you gotta cook it past rare.
Right.
At least medium or
medium well.
Yeah.
Right. You cook it like medium to medium well, and oh my, the shit just melts in your mouth. It's the best cut of meat you'll ever eat.
Yeah. Here's that picture.
And it's honestly they throw it away a lot of times.
Damn.
And this is it just melts in your mouth. But here's Chris sent me a picture of the car. So that one's not bad as I thought.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's really not. No, it scratched the side of the car a couple little spots, but no, that was the majority of the damage right there.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
That's not bad at all.
That's easily fixable.
Absolutely. We'll probably
what size front
tape on it.
What size front tires do you guys run?
I don't know what's on that car, to be honest with you. I'd have to ask.
28-15s?
I want to say they're 26 or 27s because they don't look super tall. So they're probably honestly 26s would be my guess.
Okay, well, if they're 28s, I have a brand new set I'll give you guys. I don't use them.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
No, but I don't use them. Like legit, I don't use them. They're brand new, still wrapped up.
26s. He said they're 26s.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I thought because they look fairly small in the 15. So I thought that they were 26s, but
Nate, he says you only eat chicken fingers.
Damn. Damn. Nate.
No arm having bitch. That's T-Rex right there. Yeah, you go like this. I do have to be nice though because that's our painter.
Oh,
and I be steady fucking up our car, so
might need that guy around.
Right.
Let's
huh?
Eric talking about some pancakes and
what?
I guess he ain't got some pancakes that she promised or something. I don't
boy.
know. I'll let them get over on that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
I don't know.
Oh shit. Hold on, let me scroll back up here and look.
You know what I miss from Wichita? And it's not even well, I know Rank lives in Oklahoma now, but it's not even Rank. It's not even Nate. It's not even Nick. It's not even anything out there. It's god dang, I forget the name of the place. The taco place.
Taco shop?
No, the one that we always go to. That wherever they're always open. We always screw up their floor every time we walk in there.
Oh yeah, it's on. I think that's the one on Seneca. It's
God dang.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. It's open.
Always get to Colorado over there with no green peppers or something.
Yeah.
Man, Renee's. Renee's. That's the place.
There it is.
Renee's.
Yeah.
Man,
Their
that's
Colorado burritos, fire.
man.
Fire.
Okay,
We
Nate's
ate
probably don't
there.
eat. Nate, oh, that's too.
Oh man.
I'm bougie. I gotta have my filet tail.
Oh Lord.
Right?
Too good to go through the drive-through and get a Colorado on the go.
Absolutely not.
They got a drive-through, dude. You can just drive through there and get it.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, did y'all name your sponsors?
Yeah, I named a couple, but I can't.
Just name them. Give them a shout out again. Screw it.
So we got Buck Brothers. Man, they help us with all our engines and transmissions and stuff. We got Renegade Fuel, Stripper Glitter, and man, I can't really think of it. And you put me on the spot, so whenever you put me on the spot like that, I can't think of anything like that.
Well, you got your family too. You mentioned.
Yes, the family's a big thing, man. We couldn't do it with without our family, our wives especially. With I mean, my car's been down for a year and a half, and it's about to come back out. But my wife is very, very gracious, letting me do what I do. My brother, he races, and his wife is, a saint, and our mom, they definitely take the shit, and we couldn't be there without them. So it's definitely nice to have all of them. We all do it as a family. Every weekend we're out, whether it's me or my brother, or my dad, we're all racing as a family and helping each other out. So it's definitely nice.
Oh yeah, Nate. We might as well just hold on. Let's go ahead and take a nap.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
What's that?
Use your sponsors for people
Your
to
list
shout
of
out
sponsors.
Well, we got one right there.
That's my one.
You need to take the turbo off that car and just put nitrous on it. Maybe give the rest of us a chance.
I'm trying to give them guys to sponsor me, man.
What you need, buddy?
I just need them to come. I just need them to send me a little something for my race in November.
What do you want? What do you need?
It don't matter. Whatever they can send me some.
I know some people.
Well, I reached out to them at War in the Woods at the beginning of the year, but that's been a little while. I haven't heard.
Yeah, they done forgot about that.
Yeah, they done forgot about me by now.
Yeah.
I talked to Poland and Tom, and sent them all the information on it, but they never got back to me. But I know they got a lot of stuff going on. They're busy guys.
Right.
They gotta.
I know they take care. They help us a lot. They help a lot of people. It's super good company. So,
well, I'm trying to do something big for these people in Dyersburg in November, man. They really come through for me when I had all the bullshit going on with everything that happened at Jackson and track owners and all that. They came through for me and gave me a place to move the race to last minute. And those people showed up, man. Like they came out there and the place was freaking packed.
That's awesome.
We were putting on a hell of an event, and then the bottom fell out. And the bottom fell out about halfway through the second round. So it was just kind of like, damn, it was just everything was going so good. And so they were like, please come back. We had a great time. And so I've been pushing really hard to put on a good show for these people in November. And I've been trying to get as many sponsors on board as I can. And, just get anybody and everybody I can to join the party. I mean, I'm going to try to make the first weekend in November a party, man. We're going to try to just do it big. I ordered some belts. We're going to have championship belts for each class.
Yeah, those are cool, man.
Yeah, so we're doing it big. Like, I want to do everything I can to show the love back. And so if you talk to them, tell them to hit me up.
I will. I'll put a birdie in their ear. I'm sure they're watching this right now anyway, but I'll put a little birdie in there. Yeah. What's that, Limpy?
Nah, they ain't watching.
Stop.
If you guys out there, any Kansas people want to come, we're probably going to do some streets that weekend too.
Oh,
so
okay.
Might do a little Sunday service.
Oh,
look out! Look out!
Streets.
Where at?
Streets.
Well, I know
streets,
but what state?
It'll be close. It'll be
What
close.
state's it in?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The race is going to be the no prep race on Saturday is going to be in Dyersburg,
Tennessee.
Dyersburg, Tennessee, and then all the information's on my page.
Okay.
But if I get enough
what's
guys
the page?
together,
What's the page again?
Southern Street Racers.
See, there you go.
Yeah, Southern Street Racers. But you got to type it in SSR
SSR. Yeah.
Southern Street Racers.
Yeah, I follow. We follow it.
But yeah, all the information's on there, and but yeah, if we get enough guys together that want to do it, we'll probably go do something Sunday morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds like a blast.
So
more sponsors. We know now.
Yeah. Frankenstein, obviously. My badass painter, blue collar. That's Ryan. He painted the pony a couple times now. Hopefully, it's the last time he has to paint it.
He painted how many times he painted a hood?
Just the 2 times.
Oh, I thought he painted it. I thought you had it
No.
laid up and it fell over one time.
No, that's Jason. He be ripping off the front of Nikki all the time. So he had to repaint the front of Nikki like 5 times.
I knew it was one of y'all.
Yeah. I know. Devil's Glue, of course. Man, there was some controversy with that this weekend. I thought that was funny. Man, Nitrous Express, Devil's Glue, Blue Collar, Frankenstein, Kyle at Fuel Injection Innovations. He does all our atomizer service and stuff. Super good dude. Manning Steel, TRS, Jeff's long travel stuff. He does our shocks and stuff now. And then ICT Wireworks, and that's about the gist of most of them. The big ones.
You see Manning. You tell him I miss him.
For sure. Well, which Manning? Jordan?
Manning. Yeah.
Jordan? Yeah. Yeah, okay. He went out racing this weekend. This is the first time he's been back out in like 3 years.
Yeah, I thought I seen a video of his car and I was like, dang, where the hell's that guy been?
Yeah, we just now got it. Yeah, we just now got it going, and I've had it on dyno a couple times, and he went out and tested with it, and he's making progress with it. We need to work on the chassis. I think we're going to get some struts for it and some shocks. Have Jeff spec us some stuff for it, and get the chassis to work, and then we'll put some more nitrous to it. So.
Yeah, last time I seen him, he came out to James race in Arkansas about 2, maybe 3 years ago.
It probably had to be at least 3 years ago, because I think the car's been down for 3 years ago.
Yeah, because we stopped Nate dinner, I think, on the way back or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, and then
Hooters. It was Hooters. I think we went out back.
Mel Hamilton Ford too. They're one of our big sponsors also.
Oh boy.
It's what you
didn't do. It's what you didn't do, Poland. You didn't get back to me. Forgot about me. See how it is?
Oh boy.
I just got a text on some of our. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Poland, you need to get with Matt. They need some Nitrous Express stuff. So get with Matt.
I'm just giving you a hard time, Poland. I know you guys are busy. It's all good. Just get with me if you guys want to be a part of what we're doing out there in Dyersburg. It's a River Road Raceway. It used to be Mid-South Dragway, but now it's River Road Raceway. It's right by the river.
Oh yeah, can we go floating out there?
Yeah.
Oh, is it spring fed or is it hot?
It's gonna be like that Mississippi River.
Oh, I'm out then. I'm out. I like spring fed.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chris, you got a text?
Yeah. So a couple sponsors that I forgot all about that really help us out a bunch. Moxie Performance, Derek Johnson, Sprocket Technologies, Brad Ray, and Ron Tennyson with Kirksville Brake and Muffler. Brad's been a big part of our program for a while. He's wired all 3 of our cars that we race with, and Derek generally hooks us up on parts. And then Joseph Thomas at Garage Built, he hooks us up with a lot of stuff as well. So, see, when you put me on the spot like this, I just can't think of something. I'm going to have a list in front of me.
Well,
Yeah,
It happens.
that's
It
the
happens
point
to
of it.
all of us.
you gotta have a list, man.
Yeah.
It happens to all of us,
I
bro.
said it.
I do it on
Yeah,
purpose.
it happens. It happens to me all the time, man. Don't even trip. Sometimes I'll have to look at the back of the car, and it's not
Yeah.
because I forget them. It's because I'm on the spot.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
I know there's still a bunch of people I've forgotten. I'll probably get a text message later about it, but
Nate, you
yeah,
forgot
the racing
Courtney.
community is really cool. You know, I feel like majority of the people in the racing community are always trying to be willing to help out as much as possible and help you out. So it's a small world in the racing community. I think we all need to just get along and hang out and make it fun. So,
yeah.
That's right.
You're right. I'm offended.
You had to say something, Limpy. Now I'm not going to hear the end of
I
it.
didn't. She did.
Uh-huh.
She did. I was just relaying a message here. I was just trying to help you. I was trying to dig you out of a hole, Nate. Trying to help you. Trying to help you.
that's my mom just stirring shit. You can thank her,
Right.
Nate.
Right? No, I like her. She gave me shit the last time we were out there racing, and then it was a good time.
She's not afraid to speak her mind, and she's one of a kind. I'll just put it to you that way.
Yeah.
Wimpy knows the last time we were in cash days down there. Yeah, we got our ass kicked by Waylon, and she wasn't done. She wanted to race as many people as we could, grudge racing, and she was saying it in front of everybody. So Wimpy knows.
Yeah.
Hopefully, John. Hopefully, I'll get it. Hopefully, it'll be done for no trailer season. Hopefully. Anything else?
No.
Not that I can think of. You got
I'm gonna
anything
go-
for?
I'm gonna go
Nate?
back to work.
You need to.
Going back to work.
You need to go back to work and smooching up to Courtney. Just saying.
Oh, that's different kind of work.
Well, you're in the doghouse now because you forgot her.
No, I'm not. I'm not in the doghouse. Not yet.
It's your lie. You tell it any way you want to. All right. We'll see y'all later.
Yeah, thank y'all for having us
buddy.
on. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good night.
talking to
Thanks,
y'all,
Limpy.
bro.
See you, man.
Later, bro.
See you, Matt.
All right, bro. Later.
Well, you're still on here. We're still live. So.
Oh,
All right. So.
I'm glad we got to chat with Chris. I didn't know he was coming on, man.
Yeah. Man, it was. I'm glad we did this, but people, this is. I don't know the word. I'm not. I'm a dumbass. I'm not good with words, but
This is the educational live feed. This is
well,
the
not that.
educational
It's
live
just
feed.
this is what I've dedicated my life to, and to come out half stepping like that from a top tier city, man, that's just a kick in the dick. I mean, that's not to me. I mean, look at it like that's a kick in the dick to Toby too. I mean, you want to think about that? I mean, he's probably not too happy right now.
No, I mean, that was one thing, that
But I mean, it's something you gotta work on and you gotta correct. I mean, we all learn everything, but man.
I mean, I
I've
know
had
there
some
was
years-
people saying I didn't read all the stuff on Facebook. I've been trying not to read a lot of that stuff, but I did, look over a couple of things, and I seen where some guys were upset. Not yet, bro. Not yet, bro. But I did see where a couple of things were said where Toby would be disappointed or rolling in his grave or some shit like that. But I mean, the thing about it
I don't know about
is
that, but I mean, he would definitely be having a talk to.
it's definitely a mistake that Toby would not have let happen. Like and so this is just something that, Kenny and the White Coat guys are going to have to learn from, because mistakes like that, you just can't, not like you said, not when you're a top tier city and you have a reputation to uphold, and you've put in all this work. Like Kenny and those guys have busted their asses to put on some of the best street races I've ever been to. And
Exactly.
so in this sport, man, you can do great for years and years and years. All it takes is for one time to just and all that hard work just it was pointless. When you make a mistake like that, it's like you can't ignore the fact that all the hard work and all the bases that you covered and all the times you had security the times before, you can't ignore that, because that's what got that city and that group of guys, that's what made Wyco racing what it was the fact that, you know, you could trust those guys no matter what. You could trust that they was going to have your back and it was going to be all right. I mean, I remember being at a spot all night long because of the fog, and we had to wake up or sleep on the spot, wake up, and the fog hadn't even cleared yet. And Kerry had to make a bypass, and Toby had guys watching. He had guys down there, even though it was fog still on the road. He was like, "We're good. There's nobody coming in. I got guys down there." And so Kerry was able to make his pass into the fog, which I thought was cool as hell. It's kind of weird, but it was cool to see. But little stuff like that, man, he made sure, and those Wyco racing guys always made sure that everything was covered. And so, hopefully they'll learn from this, and
The only way we can do is learn from this. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure. I'm sure they're kicking themselves in the ass right now. But
Yeah.
it,
But
you know,
they'll be, they're in my eyes, they're still top tier. They're
yeah. Oh
still
yeah.
they
Most definitely.
still they're going to recoup from this. They're going to continue to put on badass races up there. It's just they'll probably have to regroup, after something like this. Figure out a better spot to go to. I definitely wouldn't go back to that spot, not for a long time. But
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I would definitely let it cool off for sure.
yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, John. It's happened. It's happened to me. It's happened to me.
yeah,
It shit happens. We understand shit happens, but that's how you learn from doing stuff. Is you learn from your mistakes and you get better. You learn what not to do and how to do it. But you definitely gotta, if you're going to put a race on, you definitely gotta have your ducks in a row. You gotta have it. And if you ain't got your ducks in a row, don't do the race. Just
right,
saying. Just saying.
right. It's not worth it, man. It's
Yeah.
not worth it.
Because
You know.
people are racing. They might not be my blood family, but they're my family. And
That's right.
and people say that, oh, people are calling cops on each other, and if they did that, they're a low down piece of shit in my book. My worst enemy could be putting on a race in my backyard, and I ain't gonna call the cops because I have more respect for the people racing than I do the guy putting on the race. But I damn sure ain't gonna call the cops on. I ain't gonna ruin their life just because I'm mad. That's just chicken shit. And people,
No, dude, that's petty.
yeah,
You're no better than them.
yeah,
Like if you're trying to make if you're mad at somebody for, doing some petty shit or doing some cowardly shit, when you stoop to their level and you do dumb shit like that, it don't make you any better than them, you know.
yeah,
And so it's like I really hope that those groups can come together, and just get back to racing and having fun without there being so much animosity. You're talking to somebody that's been through that, that's been down that road, you know, and it's tough. You know what I mean? It's hopefully they didn't call the cops on the other group. Hopefully all the people that were saying that can just look at the big picture and say, hey, there was a mistake. Shit happens. You all we can do is just understand that part of it and just move forward and continue to race and have fun and keep doing what we've been doing.
yeah, yeah. Because
Instead of dwelling and harping and trying to blame it on well, they called the cops on us. It was their fault and this and that. Look, just from talking and discussing this stuff earlier, it sounds like, these cops had a plan. They had a
What
plan.
aside? What
And if they've been busting that spot already with the other crowd, they just was looking at it like another Saturday night. And so, they obviously had a plan, and with all those cops that come in from all the exits like that, and that's another reason why security is so important. It's so important, man.
Well, that, and also this day and age, the cars are pretty loud, so sound travels. And even if they don't know you're in the area, all it takes is like some pro charger car, or anything that's really really loud to do a burnout. Guess what? Anywhere in a 3 mile radius knows that you're racing. So
Right.
and then there's also the random drive-bys too. It could have just been a random drive-by. Or
Yeah.
he could have been coming to the spot and heard y'all doing the burnout. I mean, there's all kinds of scenarios, but it all could have been avoided by security. And I'm not harping on it. We all know you learn, we move on, we get better. We all want the same thing in this.
Right.
We all want to
Yeah.
race and have fun and live life on the edge, and sometimes the edge gets us.
Yeah. I mean, I've been very fortunate. I've been very lucky with all of my races. We've been busted. We've had tickets wrote. I mean, it happens. That's part of it. But I've been lucky that we haven't been caught with our pants down. And so that's my main goal. I'd rather take a ticket over jail any day. So,
Yep. And I've had dealings with cops, and they've tried to. I've tell me that they got me on 37 cameras and this and that and the other, and if I just tell them what happened, then I'll go to jail before I snitch on anybody. That's just me. That's just me. I ain't gonna, I ain't no crybaby. I know,
oh yeah,
I know. I'm doing a crime. I can do the time.
yep,
Ah,
yep.
this live feed sponsored by, in case y'all didn't know, On Tilt Racing, as y'all can tell
Boy, Chuck.
by Matt's head, right over there, wherever it is. Uh so this weekend, guess where I'll be?
You going back up north?
I'll be in Real Street Takeover. I'll be at Morocco, US 41. Uh, that's snow prep out there, people, and it's pretty. It's kind of mediocre unless they move the start line up or whatever. I think it, but they scrape the track and everything, and he's still looking for some more cars. I mean, we're always looking for more cars, but the problem is you got everybody doing the same thing everywhere. So it is.
There's a lot of races. A lot of races this weekend. A lot of races every weekend. I mean, take your pick, people. There is races everywhere, every single weekend, and it's just blowing up.
Yeah.
Blowing up.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna try to talk the old lady into going out to Jackson, but I don't think she's going, bro.
you got that race, and then you got. It shouldn't need no introduction. The following weekend, War in the Woods.
The number one in the game right now.
Yeah.
I've been telling everybody this event. I mean, it has set the bar for no prep in 2023, in my opinion.
Yeah,
So.
and it's come a long way. And then the following week, we've got, guess what? Small Tire Gangsters presents Short and Sweet at the Yellow Belly.
Hell yeah!
Got the Poland over
there. They just never cease to amaze me, though. Never cease to amaze me.
Oh man!
They should have put Tom in shorts, though. That don't look like Tom on the bottom half. It's like they got to get him some shorts on.
Tom wears shorts. God dang!
I thought every time I've seen him, he's had shorts on. But
I don't know, but boy, let me tell you, if he are, I'm sure he got probably some white legs. I bet you he got some white
Oh, for
legs.
sure.
I
Oh
bet you
yeah,
he got like white legs. Uh-oh.
for sure. Uh oh. Yep. See, it's our anniversary, bro.
Oh, well,
I
happy
don't know
anniversary.
if I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go racing this weekend. It's our anniversary this weekend, so
Oh man. Then you got uh I got that September 30th, and then we got the back of the track, 10,000 small tire, 10,000 big tire, 5,000 all steel, all glass, October 7th. The backside of Ozark Raceway Park. Uh, Urban Hillbilly, man. I need to get Sean on here. I need to do a one-on-one with Sean because he's the OG.
yeah,
Sean's the OG of
for
this.
sure,
I mean, I like
for
I
sure.
like I like to get him on here because
Dude, I
he
was
took.
watching his videos. I was watching his videos years ago. I'm
Yeah,
talking about way on before I started doing any of this stuff. Like,
yeah,
uh, I mean, he's been in the game a very long time.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
he'd be a good one. He'd be a
I
good one
need to I
for it.
need to get him on here. Well, I might try that. Maybe I get with Sean tonight. Maybe I message him. Maybe I can get him on. Maybe we'll do a weekend. Oh wait, what's tomorrow? Yeah, I can do one tomorrow. We never know. Never know. Never know. Uh, where are we going? And then we go from there. We go to the Cash Days of Virginia at that Twin Rivers, that sketchy track. That's like Warren Woods used to be, but on steroids.
Yeah,
Or
I've
I mean,
seen
the
videos.
track style of it. I mean, because the grass in the middle. I mean, Brown County had grass in the middle, but it was like I'd say I don't know, maybe 8, 10 foot. The grass in the middle at Twin Rivers is like 15, 20 feet.
Yeah,
Man, that's
yeah, I've seen that.
it's it's pretty wild. We're gonna be starting during the day on that early. Uh, Gates open at 9, guard meeting at 11, racing at
James
12.
Colbert, James Colbert needs to stop messing around and get a flyer for that date because that's the day of his race at Newport, and that's where we'll be is at Newport Raceway for James Colbert's Newport Cash Days.
Yeah,
So I
and
hope you
then
guys have a good event that day. We'll be in Arkansas.
yeah, and then I go from there clear out to fucking Arizona. Who
Dang,
who is my tour manager? How do you go from one side of the United States clear to the other?
man, we're gonna have to get you a private jet.
I don't know who is. They're fired. They're fired. You're fired.
We're gonna have to get you a private jet, dog, where you can just
Oh,
move quickly and not have to
oh,
do so much driving.
oh man. But October 21st, $15,000 payout. Uh, water burnout. 32 car cap. Invite only. Free entry. Pays $15,000 plus sponsor money. And then for another anniversary, which be the warden and I this year is on our
Oh
anniversary
yeah,
this year. H
oh yeah,
Town on the streets, people. Legal streets, on the
yes sir.
streets.
My favorite race of the year.
Yeah, Hartshorn, Oklahoma, and
I
it's for the
love how
kids
they
as
did the
well.
mask on you on that. That's
Oh
cool.
man, that Richard did that. Hope I don't even know if I don't know if we got a little dick yet. Wonder if we got a little dick yet. I asked him.
Man, surely.
Surely we got a little dick by now.
I
Cause
mean, 3 hours.
yeah, cause I posted up. He was in the hospital. The old lady's like he made a post on Facebook that he's in the hospital. I was like, I'm looking. I'm like, where? She's like,
Yeah,
it's in the stories. I'm like, well, I don't read stories. That story ain't a
yeah.
post, so I don't know.
Our
I
little
don't.
hombre ought to be here.
Yeah, so maybe we got a little dick. Maybe we got a little dick right now, running
Yeah,
around. You never know. But
yeah.
H Town, it's always a killer event.
Always, baby. That one,
Always,
that one, that one holds a special place in my heart. I'm always gonna be there in October. I promise you that.
yeah. Uh, uh, hopefully Richard got a little dick by now. I haven't seen anything. Uh-oh.
I hope so. I hope so, man. Hope
Oh,
everything goes good.
but
Yep.
and I'll be for your weekend at for your race. I'll be. Well, I don't think he's made a flyer yet. Uh,
Hobbs.
I'll be in Hobbs, New Mexico for the backside or the out there.
Yeah.
We do two races a year out there as well, and they just happen to be both the same time that Matt has his races for some reason. They're the same
Well, it was,
dates. Both. I think 2 years has been the same
yeah,
weekends both times.
it's tough, man. In the beginning of the year, during that time, it's everybody's getting dates out there, and it's done happened twice, and it's just it's tough, man, trying to get them dates out there, especially at the beginning of the year. But um, November 4th, we'll be at Dyersburg, Tennessee, at River Road Raceway. You can go to my page and get all the information. It's the Battle Beyond 660. It'll be no prep, and we changed up the classes and the rules this year. So anybody that's interested in coming, make sure you get on there and check out the new classes and the new rules. And if any of my street people want to come, we're definitely going to be strong possibility we'll be doing something Sunday morning if y'all are here. So just a shout out for that. So get with me.
Yeah.
I'm also planning on doing something probably next month, as soon as it cools off. So anybody that's wanting to come down south and get out of their backyard and come out and play a little bit, get in my inbox, holler at me.
There you go. And your page is SSR slash Southern Street Racers as well.
Yes, sir.
Give you a plug as well. Uh,
Appreciate that.
you got any sponsors or anybody you can give a shout out to?
Man, my wife, she's my backbone. She's in my right hand in all this stuff. Um, you know, we've got we've got some big time sponsors that have stepped up for our event. Um, I want to give a shout out to River Road Raceway first, Danny Jones and his family for allowing us to move our event there. Shout out to Spencer Lee Transmissions, um, BB&T Performance Shop, Memphis 10, um, Stafford Repair, uh, Wicked Performance. Those guys do a lot of good work down in Senatobia, Mississippi. They came on board the event this year. Shout out to Hooligan Media Group and Nitrous Nikki. She's been helping me out with the flyers and stuff, and they came on board the sponsorship team. Um, oh man, we got a bunch of sponsors. Trying to remember all of them now. I always do this. I always forget. Um, Chuck, can't forget about Chuck, man. On Tilt Racing Productions. He came on board and helped us out with some sponsorship. So appreciate that, Chuck. Um, I know there's more. I know there's somebody I'm forgetting. Kaiser Automotive. They just came on board the sponsorship team last week. So we just picked them up. If we're still accepting sponsorships, if anybody's interested in being a part of this event, we're going to try to do it big. I don't quite know what our plans are for next year yet, but we're going to try to do it big first weekend in November, man. We're going to try to really put on a good show. Mafia Motorsports. Thank you to my wife for reminding me that. I just seen her comment. Tommy Blackard and his people down there in Iuka, Mississippi.
Who?
Iuka.
Huh?
Iuka.
Bless
Iuka.
you. Bless you.
Sound like you're hawking up a loogie or something.
Yeah, it sounds like you hawking up something.
But yeah, shout
Sound like
out
you
to
was on
Mafia
that.
Motorsports.
Sound like you was on that Pluto.
I know, right? Send me the Pluto, baby.
Oh man.
I think that's everybody. It's hard to remember all of them, man. But
Oh,
we really appreciate everybody coming on board, and we really appreciate everybody that supported us, through all this, man. It's been a roller coaster, but we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
yeah. And people, again, this is not a bitch fest. This is more that this was more of being disappointed. This is from my end. I, I was I was
Yeah,
really disappointed is the word I'm looking for. and it's not hate. It's not it. I was just I'm just disappointed. Just disappointed. And I'm a nobody, so I'm good with that. But I'm really disappointed that that happened. Uh, but you got to know you got to work on your stuff, and if you ain't got people that got your back, then you got to step up and watch your own back.
right?
So
Or you just got to not take the risk, or you
yeah,
got to just call it off. I
yeah.
mean,
I mean,
it's not worth it, man. I know these guys wanted to race and they wanted to get it done, and they probably just pushed the envelope when they shouldn't have. And it's a mistake, that they'll learn from. They're going to keep on. I got faith in those guys that they'll regroup from this. But you just can't push that envelope, man. If you don't have all bases covered, you can't make that decision. It's just because when stuff like this happens, man, you know, uh, especially if it would have been a worser case scenario, they really feel shitty about it then. If somebody would have gotten hurt or you know uh, even worse, somebody get killed or something.
yeah,
It's like you can't get that back. You can't take that back, bro. And it's just not worth it. If you don't have enough crew to help, don't do it. All the future guys that are out there trying to do this shit. There's so many people out there trying to do this shit now. It's just not worth it, man. Don't take the risk if you don't have a good crew to help you keep all the bases covered. That's the main thing. That's the main message we're trying to get out with all this.
yeah. And go out, and I mean you got to have several people that are willing to help out and that take one for the
Yes,
team. You know, it is
yes,
what it is. And you got to have some good people. Or like one guy said that they have 6 people, and at one spot they only need 2 people, so they rotate security out. So
there
I
you
mean,
go.
sometimes it's just that you can do that so everybody can see it. But
Yep,
I've always put money. I've always the buy-in has always been extra, and that what helps pay for security. So the drivers actually help pay for security, and the spectators, if it's a long night and security's put on, 100 or 200 miles on their cars, and they've been watching people's back for 8 hours, then they deserve a lot more than $100 or whatever, you know.
for sure, for sure.
So yeah, but uh, man, it was pretty good. It feels good to be back. Feels good to be
Yep,
back.
it's good to have you back, bro.
Good to be back. I
It's
need
good
to
to
work
have you
on
back
this.
on the.
I need to work on this new live program that I've been working on. That's why I basically started come back. I'm still using the old software, but there's this new one that's out that I'm paying for right now. It's a game changer, and it's pretty cool. But man, it's a lot different than this.
Well, I mean, I'm all about coming on and being a part of it. I like getting on here and chatting it up and talking to people. You know me, I'm a motor mouth anyway. But I like I like the laptop. Man. Tonight was the first time I
You can
brought
see the
everything up on the
chats.
laptop. I can see the chats. I got my earbuds in, like, so this is a lot better than just sitting here holding my phone and with my plug-in earbuds in.
Yeah,
Chuck,
gotta thank
I
Chuck,
can't wait
man.
to see Chuck, man. I
Yeah,
miss Chuck. Hopefully this race we won't have to worry about him whooping up on nobody, man.
I'm telling you, last time, well, yeah, and when I found out that he was down, Chuck's my boy now. He was like, "Oh man, Chuck got in a fight," and I was like, I'm thinking to myself, who in the fuck would fight Chuck?
Yeah,
And then
me
I
too.
then I'm like, I'm wanting to whoop that dude's ass, and then we'll walk over there, and Chuck's actually the one whooping that dude's ass.
Got him in a headlock. And when Brad told me, "Hey, Chuck got in a fight," I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, you had him in a headlock and everything." I was like, "What?" And then talked to Chuck, and man, Chuck was fired up,
Yeah, he
and
was all like,
I was surprised. I was just like, "Dang, watch out, watch out, man!
"Oh,
Dynamite comes in small packages." Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Let me go back to belly mode.
thick AF."
Yeah, I'll just put the belly out there, hard belly out there for everybody to see.
Give a shout out to Alex from Germany. checking in. Germany is in
I
the
seen
house.
her comment. She said, "Good morning, good morning." She's getting up, and we're fixing to call it a night.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to my sponsors. The Warden, for one, for putting up with my ass and letting me do this crazy thing that I've dedicated my life to.
Amen to that.
Uh, uh, I might give her hell and give her shit about driving and stuff, even though our arrival time did it went backwards. It always I got to haul ass to make up the time that we're gonna lose when she starts driving.
Damn.
But I love her. I
You
love
said
her.
it. You said it, and I thought it.
I love her to death. Help. She helps me out tremendously. She's been doing tire crack for me. Matt's been working. Got to thank you as well, Matt, for stepping up and
You know how we roll,
doing these events. Man, it's like we're brothers, you know.
man. You know
Uh,
how we roll, man. You know, we work good together. We got the same system. We know what to do, and it's a lot of fun. I appreciate you bringing me on and having me, be a part of all this stuff because I enjoy it. I enjoy meeting new people. I enjoy going to new places and meeting new people, and that's what it's all about. It's more than just doing a job. I think for both of us, I think we can both agree that we both have a passion for meeting new people and seeing new places and making new memories. So uh, it is a job. It is, and we do take it seriously. But it's fun. It's fun too. So
that's fine. That's going to happen here in a little bit, Junior.
oh
It's
yeah,
going to happen in a little bit. But
that's
I'd
good
like to
stuff.
thank Jeff, uh, TRS. He helps me out. Gave me some shocks. I got some shocks for the car
You the man, Jeff.
at
You the
cost
man.
here. Uh, Nitrous Express. Nitrous Express. They sponsor me. Uh, I wear their merch when I'm out flagging these races. Nitrous Express. Uh,
Shout
uh,
out.
Shout out to them guys. I know they ain't. I know they pretty much kicked you to the curb, but they've helped me out. I'm just gonna say.
I mean, they
And
hadn't kicked me to the curb, but they just kind of,
they kind of like,
they forgot about me. I'm just
eh,
the old small town guy from Mississippi. Just trying to do some cool shit around here. They wanna be a part of it. You know.
you know what I'm really surprised of that I haven't heard Dixie. She's over there in
Man,
the
she's
spot.
been. You talked her up. She just hopped off the couch.
Oh, she
Uh,
heard. She must have heard. Them dogs
yeah,
can hear now. I had
yeah.
Poopy up here earlier. I don't know if people. He come up here and I got him up here and he seen what was going on. He looked at me and he was all like, "Yeah, I'm out of this. I'm ready. I'm ready to go out back to have a safety meeting."
Yeah, she just got off the couch. She's been sleeping, and
Oh yeah.
she's doing a little scratching, and like she probably finna go
Oh,
outside.
hey, here's uh I don't know if we ain't already many people watching left, but Eric sent me a video of Uncle Jeff. I don't know if this was his first pass on 28s, but
This is probably the video I seen.
here, watch this.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Did you see what I was talking about?
went flying off. I don't know what flew
It
off.
was where he hit the curb. It's where his collector or whatever it was hit the curb. But did you see what I was talking about earlier when I
What
said his? It looked like he went over to the right of everybody else's groove that was there already.
I'll
It
look.
was
I'll
like
pause it. I'll see if I can pause it.
it's like he went.
See it right there. It looked like
Yeah.
he's out of the groove. Made his
Well,
own
it's like
groove. He
he
made his
made
own
his own
groove.
groove, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. But I think there's a reason why everybody was up on that high side because if you race on these type of surfaces, if if there's a crown, you got to get up on that high side, bro. Like if you don't, it's gonna suck you into that curve.
yeah, it's gonna pull you right in. It's gonna pull.
And,
But
and
Uncle
that,
Jeff, man, that's a tested mofo right there. And that guy, you, I know he's had a collector flew off and broke my ankle, broke my foot before.
yeah,
At hold on at H
H
Town
time.
at H
Yeah,
Town event here. But and it was bad because when it flew off and hit me in the foot, I had everybody like, and I'm like, I could feel it, and everybody's face was like, oh my God. And I'm thinking to myself that he done chopped my leg off or he done chopped my foot off. I'm like,
he was
what's wrong?
expecting
They're
it.
like, are you all right? Oh my God. And I'm looking down, I'm like, okay, it's still there. We're good. But no,
Yeah.
man, it was like, it was like, you could hear it and you
Oh
could see
yeah.
it going.
Oh yeah.
I just left the shoe tied. I just suffered through it, and
I remember
yeah,
when we got back to the room, man. It was starting to swell up already.
yeah. He said, oh yeah, because he's 3 hours south of me, and it's 8 hours from me to KC. So yeah, they're a
Yeah.
bit of it.
He's down, man.
But that guy, he don't. You won't see him at a track. If it's a track, it's something. I mean, it might be for something, but
Something low, probably.
he's street. He's street. He prefers street, and he gets down on the street. Uh, it looked like it just bottomed out. Looked like it just bottomed out. It was,
Yeah.
bottoming out, and of course, like you said, it was
It just sucked him over there.
just sucked him into the curve there. Or yeah,
Yeah. It'll happen every time, man. Like, if you're too far down on that crown, it's gonna sink you. It's gonna suck you in. And then if but every crown's different. I've seen some of them. It'll be so crowned that the ass end slides down and they go towards the center line. It's one of those things where it's tough, man. It's
the road
tough.
was super crowned. Yeah, it
Yeah,
looked like it. You could even see in the videos that it looked like it was. You know,
yeah.
uh, well, what's next for you?
I'm probably gonna do anniversary stuff this weekend. Me and the wife will go out to eat.
You already went to the steak place, so you can't go there again
Yeah,
unless.
yeah. I'm gonna figure something out. I'm gonna take her somewhere she really wants to go. We haven't been to in a while, but um, I don't know. I was gonna try to go out to the race at Jackson. I got some friends going out there for that $10,000 thing, but I'm probably just gonna. Oh, look, she read my mind. Yeah, we'll probably go to get some crab boil. She's been craving some boiled shrimp, and
Yeah.
it's one of those seafood places. I'm probably gonna take her there, and um, we might go do some other stuff. I mean, just gonna do whatever she wants to do. You know how it is. Gotta keep the happy wife, happy life. So
Yeah, my old lady, she said she wanted to go somewhere she ain't been in a while, so I took her to the kitchen.
she's gonna throw a spatula at you in a minute.
Hopefully she's drunk and passed out. So, yeah, she's definitely drunk and passed out. And another thing, people, I know today is 9/11. To all y'all that lost somebody or
Never
anything,
forget.
never forget, bro.
Yep,
Uh,
we will never forget, man. All the people that you know, all the people we lost, and all the heroes that that put their lives on the line that day. You know, it's a day we'll never forget, man. So, but
what do you
yeah,
say? How can you trust somebody, a company that sold 120,000, 120 million user details? What's he talking about?
I have no idea.
Maybe it's something new. Maybe I need to read up on it. I don't know.
Yeah, we might have to scroll back and look at this Jet Black.
I don't know.
I don't know. He might be talking to somebody about something else. Somebody in the comments.
Don't you stop. Don't you stop for a minute. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Jet, who are you talking about? Facebook? Oh, Facebook.
Oh yeah. Everybody's got their opinions about the book.
Yep.
I don't know what we're gonna do next weekend. Let me think. Oh, War in the Woods.
Yeah. We'll go over these again. Where I'll be this weekend, Morocco, front side.
Hey,
They're doing
dude, that little, or is that an AMX? No.
where all that
Oh, where's he from?
Al Bundy.
I ain't never seen that one.
Yeah, he's one of Joey's and hold on.
I thought that was the guy from Missouri.
No. Watch out. And then we got War in the Woods. Both of us will be there.
For sure.
I think both of us will be here, won't we?
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best. As of right now, I'm planning on being there for sure.
Yeah. And then
unless something changes.
Ozark Raceway Park.
I wish I could come up there for that one, dude. I know. I just got a feeling that's gonna be a banger.
Yep.
That one's gonna be a banger.
Then we go to Virginia. Maybe I can get some of that. Maybe I can get some more. Maybe I can get Skinny to give us some more of that good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Remember that when I brought home when I left there, he brought us. It was in glass. It was in the glass.
Oh, dude. Take the lift off.
We had to put it in
lift off.
We had to put it in the freezer because it was starting to melt.
Yeah.
Oh.
3, 2, 1, lift off.
I hear Dixie.
Yep.
Kill, girl, kill. You want me to kill? Kill.
She heard you.
Oh, and then we'll go from there. We'll go all the way to Arizona. $15,000 payout. Kill. And then H-Town, anniversary weekend. Me and the wife. I think I gotta figure out how long that's been. Yeah, you see, Richard did the headlamp on the skull.
I like that, dude.
Oh man.
When I seen that, I was like,
hell yeah. I mean, Chris said he'll see it at the Ozarks. Hopefully, that's probably out their back door.
Man, I wish I could. I wish that wasn't so far. I'd come up there for that. Because I feel like that's going to be a banger, dude. Because that racetrack's just cool looking.
Yeah.
I ain't never been there, but I've seen the videos of it.
Yeah. Oh, yep. H-Town too. Yep. It was a good weekend though. This weekend in Georgia.
Yeah.
That's the first time the wife's been to Georgia before. That's our first trip. It wasn't really much into Georgia.
Just barely.
It was barely. We barely got into Georgia. Had a little rain in the beginning, which actually, I think it made it a little hotter. So in both of our fashions, oh man, it's just normal another day for us.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
I mean, it was kind of aggravating when. Yeah. I definitely am ready for that. But it was kind of aggravating for a minute when I'm sitting there looking at rain, and then I got the sun shining on one side. I'm like, all right, when's it gonna stop? But we got it in, man. It was a really good race. Shout out to Justin for doing a good job promoting. I mean, there was a nice car count there, good crowd, a lot of fun. I can't remember the track owners' names, but they got a really nice facility there.
Real nice
really
facility.
Cool place, and we had a great time. Man.
It's fast too. The front side is fast, and the back side
sure.
is pretty fast.
For sure.
And you had to work a couple times this weekend. A couple of them.
Yeah, I should have sent them to you, man. That way you could have put them on the feed, but we'll do it next time.
I think I can. Let me see if I can bring it up. Is it on your page?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on your page.
Yeah, but there was some close ones. There were some close ones for sure.
Oh, here we go. All right, StreamYard. Share screen. All right. Let's see here. Are they on there yet? Okay, there we are.
Yeah.
What do I do? Where'd I go? Where'd it go? All right. Oh, see that one?
Yeah.
You weren't lying. Oh, wait.
About a half a fender.
Yeah.
I mean, not even really that. I mean,
Yeah.
it was close.
And
It was
here's another
close.
half a truck.
It was some good racing, man.
Oh,
That was another fender.
oh,
Oh, that was a close one
that was
there.
a close one right there, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the closest one of the day right there, dude.
Yeah, you can barely see the silver cars barely in front. Just maybe a
Yeah, maybe a
license
couple
plate,
inches.
maybe a license
Yeah,
plate cover.
yeah, they was all down there. What
Oh,
is it? It's like y'all
yep.
gonna have to wait.
Oh, Rocky. That was a
Rocky,
finals.
man.
That was a finals, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Killer job by Rocky, man. Them guys,
killer job by
they
you.
deserve. Well, I do the best I can, man. Sometimes it's tough. I appreciate that. I mean, it does take a lot of practice to be able to, keep your composure under the pressure when everybody's wanting to know, and
I know that
it
one time
takes.
I kind of rushed. I was like, oh man, he'll get this thing done here, and by the time these guys do a burnout and then back out, he'll have a winner. And then he
Well,
still had a winner. I'm like, all right, disregard, dude. Here we go. We got to send them. We're got to send them.
yeah,
Come back to it. Come back to it.
yeah. Yeah, I get it. I've been in your shoes, like there's been a couple of times where I've been rushed, or I've been rushing my finish line guy where I'm trying to get a call in before the next pair. But when you're up there, you're trying to just keep them rolling. So it's
Uh-huh.
all good. It's all good. We got it done.
Yeah. Oh.
So
All right. Well, shit. Like to thank again On Tilt Racing, Chuck, for the sponsorship,
Chuck, you the man, Chuck.
and I'll be seeing everybody in uh, Morocco this weekend, Saturday. I'll be seeing everybody. I'm gonna try to make it up there Friday night or Friday evening for the festivities. I don't know if I'm gonna make it there yet, uh, but definitely see y'all. Be seeing y'all there Saturday, and then we'll be heading to Uncle Jeff's after that, or the other Uncle Jeff, uh, this guy right
Jeff
here,
Thomas.
TRS.
Yep, the man with the
Ah,
plan.
all
Well,
right.
safe travels, bro. Be safe traveling, and I'm sure I'll talk to you in a couple of days or something before you head up there. But safe travels. Hope it's a good one. And I'll be somewhere Saturday
You
eating
do
some.
Cash App. Y'all want Cash App? PayPal?
Hit him
Always
up,
helps out
man.
because these stuff that we
Hit him
pay
up.
ain't cheap, but it is. Even if
Every
I
little
don't,
bit helps, people.
I'm still gonna pay for it. You're still gonna have the badass live feed, multiple people on at one time. I can have up to 12 people all at once. But I'm really gonna work on that other one. I gotta work on that. That's a game changer. The new software is a game changer.
I'm looking forward to it, man. Yeah, yeah. Good to meet you too, buddy. Good to meet you too. Yeah, it was nice meeting Chris, and appreciate him coming on. And glad everything's okay. Glad his dad was all right, and glad they got the car back for sure. And
Yeah.
you know, but yeah, I love coming on, man. It's an honor. I appreciate being a part of it, and uh, you know,
Well, we all one big family, one big team. So, I mean,
that's right.
it is. We all have. Oh,
Yeah, I enjoy coming on here and chatting it up with people, man. And you know, I'll come on anytime. So
Yeah. Well, yeah. Think about my sign here. It was I had the glare was 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 with the green screen. So
yeah,
I bought some you can't even really see it, right? But I bought some green tape.
yeah.
Let me actually see if I can pull it off. Show y'all what I did. Because the glare, when I got three lights on me right now here, people. I got three lights on me. So for this green screen. So if I do it back, look, you see I taped the green.
uh, hell yeah, hell yeah. You gotta improvise, dog.
Yeah, but it was. Oh, which one did I have up? I can't remember.
I like it.
Anyway, yeah. All right.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
thanks everybody. Thanks Chris for coming on. Thanks Nate for coming on. Thanks. Congrats Rocky on number 11. Uh,
Rocky,
uh,
the Italian bulldozer. I don't think they know the joke. I don't think they understand what I'm trying to say because you got to
well, explain
remember
it
the
to him.
movie.
Explain. Yeah, explain it
The
to him.
movie, the movie Rocky. Whenever,
Adrian. Adrian.
whenever Mickey gives him his necklace with the boxing glove on it, and he's like having a moment with Mick, you know,
Yeah.
and he's like, I don't know about this fight coming up, Mick, and he's like, you're gonna run over him like a bulldozer, an Italian bulldozer,
Oh
you
boy.
know, and he's got the whole accent, you know, because he's like a Boston guy or for the Philadelphia guy,
Yeah.
and so I live in Byhalia, sir. Yeah, Byhalia, Mississippi, old Indian country down here, but we're about 20 or 30 miles south of Memphis, Tennessee.
They live out in the sticks where you can go out and pee in your front yard.
Yeah,
Which I live in
yeah,
the city and I
small.
pee in my backyard, so I don't care.
It's a little small Mayberry town, but we like it. You know, some people can't pronounce it. You just have to say "by hell yeah."
By hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to get people to
I've been
pronounce
saying it
it.
wrong. I've been saying by hell yeah.
Well, I always say "by hell yeah."
By
Like,
hell yeah. By hell yeah. By hell yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
by hell yeah, Mississippi.
yep. I do know. I did know that. Lamborghinis, they started out making tractors originally.
Yeah.
I did know that. I did actually know that. Matt. Uh oh.
Hell yeah, come on down, Chuck. We'd love to have you, man.
Chuck's the man.
Yep,
Chuck's the
come
man.
on down.
I need to get one of them. I tried to make this on tilt run like that, the one by your head,
Yeah,
like this. But when I tried to remove the background, it 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 wouldn't. It was all jumbled up. I couldn't get the black stuff out of it, so I just left it like that. But oh man, what do you say? Oh
oh, okay.
yeah,
I hear you, Randall.
hook 'em horns.
Oh shit. I've been getting all kinds of damn hate mail. I've been getting hate mail from people that don't even watch football like you.
Like me?
I'm just saying, roll
Hey,
tears roll.
I did watch a little bit of football. I probably watched more football last night than I've watched probably in 3 years. I watched like 3 minutes of the Cowboy game.
Man,
Just
I
3
seen
minutes.
some highlights. It looked like a slaughter.
I watched it when I turned it on. It would look like it was they were playing in a monsoon. Is what it looked like. They was
Yeah,
downpouring, and I
yeah,
played in some games like that, and they ain't fun. That ain't fun. I ain't gonna lie. It ain't fun
no,
playing all wet and shit like that. But oh, all right. Well, 3 hours 45 minutes. I am surprised I ain't pissed on myself yet.
yeah, yeah. Been a minute.
Ah, well, all right. Hopefully, I've been messaging Sean with Hillbilly
Yeah,
videos, and maybe we
it'd
might
be a
do
good one on one, dog.
I might need to get him. We just he's the OG. He's the OG. So hopefully I can get him on. And man, I like.
And you know he's got some stories to
Oh
tell.
man, and he just didn't film street racing. He filmed all kinds of stuff. So
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
crazy.
all kinds of stuff. So I
Yeah,
mean,
all the wild
he's the one that got stories.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
Well, I
all
enjoyed
right,
it, bro.
all right. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate it.
Later, people.
Oh yeah, fucking work.